ready to kick off the fourth session, the fourth expedition into the halls of Arden Vul. All right, let's go around the horn and describe who we all are today. We got a much bigger group today than yesterday. So let's just go from the very top here. So from the very top.
Hi, I'm Shay, and I shall be playing Håkon Sigdriksson, a pirate thief from the northern Wiscan Isles, come in search of glory and a grand tale to tell in Valhalla.
I'm Ed. I'm playing Kalamanos from the capital of Arcontus. I'm a seer. I'm in Arden Vul to acquire forbidden knowledge, I think.
I'm Memento Mori. I'm playing Attilis Varius. He's a human Imperialite fighter from Thorham, and he's extremely poor, and he badly needs money.
I am Radium. I am playing Voldir the Rugged, Wiskin from the Isles. He is a mercenary that has heard of these ruins that kind of share his namesake and figure it is a good omen for him.
I'm Steve. I'm playing Heronby Gladheart, a halfling bard seeking fame and fortune.
And I am Varen, playing Caius Calvis, a former mercenary officer who is here because he'll be damned if he's dying poor and unknown.
Awesome. And an honorable mention of a seventh character will be Kalamanos' hireling for the night, right?
Oh yes, of course, Delga, who is just leveled up and is a wizard.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
With some interesting spells.
So,
You got magic missile. It's big.
Magic Missile, Charm Person, and Featherfall.
Mm-hmm.
About to be the MVP.
So,
and he speaks a lot of languages as well.
Assuming everyone survives, we'll be splitting it 7 ways.
Yes, 7 shares. It looks like.
Delgar is eventually actually the first, person to actually level up because hirelings are like level 0 characters, and so when they get 100 gold, they level up to a level 1.
Does he get the XP at the same rate as everyone else, or is it half XP as a?
I guess it should be half XP, shouldn't it? So I guess it should be 200. He's still qualified from last.
He did qualify for he got enough to qualify, but
yeah, that's true. Let's say 200. That's pretty fair. 100 might be a little too fast. 200 seems pretty right. So he's eligible for that. But if we want to add additional folks, if we want more hirelings, they cost a gold piece a day and they require a half share. We're going to ignore the negotiation parts of OSE or Shadowdark, anything like that, and just say they are what they are. Before I list off the 3 that are available, is there a yes, or should we just move on?
I think 7 is already a pretty sizable party.
Yeah, I think until we actually get a direct line on where something big might be, it's probably not worth it to bring extra people.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
Sounds good.
Yeah, the only thing is I do have a little errand that I want to run before we get to the pyramid.
Yeah. Well, before we just jump into play, just real quick, to set the scene, it is the 3rd day of Deuterios. It is the 4th of Deuterios. It is Horus Day. It is a clear day. It's been clear the past 2 days. Prior to that, it was rainy, and yesterday was kind of just still wet and clearing up. And now today is just a perfectly cool, balmy day. It's your standard February British Isles kind of weather. So you're looking at 14 C high. So pretty good. Maybe even less. So yeah. Delgar, Ed, go ahead and describe what Delgar is currently hauling as you all are leaving the inn.
Okay, yeah, so he's currently hauling a left leg, a marble left leg that's broken off of a statue. We found this in yesterday's expedition in the spider cellar. If we can, I would like to go back to the ruin plaza where we were in second expedition and bury it along with the marble arm of a statue that we found in the second expedition, which I suspect belongs to a larger statue of Arden, the head of which is on the Broken Head Inn. My theory is that if we can construct this if we find all the parts of the statue, something interesting could happen. We know there's a pedestal with some broken feet on it near the ruin plaza, near the bridge of the ruin plaza. So I propose that we go back to the ruin plaza, bury this left leg back in the basement with a marble arm, and hide it all again so that it's somewhere relatively safe and we can come get it. So hopefully the party is amenable with that. Otherwise, Delga is going to be taking a large marble left leg into the dungeon with him.
Sounds good to me. That shouldn't take much time at all.
Yeah, I think the entrance to the cellar isn't that in the ruined plaza, just north of it.
Yes, yeah.
So
Well, I also don't know I don't know what the plan is, or whether we're gonna. Again, we found this spider cellar yesterday. I don't know if we're going to go back. The party wants to go back down there, or if we want to go and talk to the halflings, or
Did it look like there was more to go?
There were more passages to go. There were at least 6. There were at least 6 spiders that we chased off, and those were poisonous spiders. We know that because there were 2 corpses in that cellar who looked like they had been poisoned. I think there may be another route down into the dungeon, which would give us the option of not dealing with the halflings.
We don't
Very
really have
quick
enough
one.
money. Oh, I was just gonna say real quick. We don't really have enough money to justify dealing with the halflings right now.
I was just going to ask very quickly, this arm and leg that you found, is it like a normal human size, or is it bigger or smaller?
It's bigger than normal human size. I think
Okay.
the marble arm is like the size of a dining table, and the left leg is bigger than that.
Oh, so they're
yeah.
like they're huge.
They're pretty huge, yeah. Yeah, they're taking. I mean,
Ah.
the leg takes 3 slots, so I
You-
think Eric ruled
yeah.
that we could carry it in 2 hands.
I was
Yeah.
wondering if Arden accidentally got petrified or something, and this was his body, but no, it doesn't sound like it.
No.
Or possibly, I don't know. Maybe Arden became massive at some point, and reconstructing it. I don't know, but
Turned into
I
marble.
just feel like we found these things, and the statue broke. We basically went to the statue brokers and said, "Can we sell these to you?" And they would give us some money, but they said basically it would just be like selling raw marble. Wouldn't they? Basically, telegraphed that there might be a statue that we could construct from this, and it might be worth more if we had the whole thing. So
I'm all for getting the statue pieces and reassembling them.
cool.
And
I'm
if you
in
haven't,
favor of. Sorry,
I was
on you
going
go.
to say if you haven't already, you can totally annotate anywhere in the Miro place. So if you wanted to add notes to the Arden Vul city, you can feel free to do that stuff. Don't feel like it's off limits.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, go ahead,
That
Steve.
actually is probably pretty helpful.
I was just going to say I'm in favor of exploring more of this spider cellar and see if we can find another way into the dungeon rather than pay the 30% tax. going
Plus, we
by
got to
the
give them.
halflings.
We have to give them 25 gold up front just to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we even have 25 gold?
Just to prove that we're like worth their time, and it's like we don't have that.
Yeah.
do we even have 25 gold? We say as everyone turns to look at Kalamanos.
I probably not. I'm guessing not. I mean, I have about 40 gold, but I can't cover everyone for that.
I think you are the
Well,
only.
it would be 25 gold for the party.
I
Oh,
think
was
you are
it?
the only one here who has successfully acquired any gold from.
Any gold? Everyone's got their starting gold, right? Was the implication that it was 25 gold each, Eric, or was Plumform and his gang were they? Was it a 25? Was it flat fee for the whole party? I had a feeling it was for each person.
It wasn't very clear, but it's based on their defenses and their racket, they were probably looking to get as much money as they can from you. So I'm deliberately being evasive with my response.
So we need 150 gold pieces just to.
Yeah, what's your opinions of the halflings? Do you think they're being greedy? If so, then they probably would. You have to basically you can only rely on your speculation.
They didn't seem like the most straight up guys. They will just try and rinse us of as much money as we can.
Respectable businessmen.
I did wonder if Estelle and Kronos at the I was wondering if they. I still feel like they might know. They know the city, right? I wonder if they know. And Estelle was dropping hints before. I know she was winding me up,
Yeah,
but she was
so
dropping hints that
it's
there might be
implied.
another.
Yeah, it's implied that the married couple that runs the Inn of the Broken Head, which is sort of the frontier establishment for adventurers out on the outskirts of Arden Vul, they got their riches and fortune plundering the depths of Arden Vul and kind of retired. And they said the fastest way to get money, during a gold rush is to sell picks and shovels. That's kind of what they're doing, is selling a warm bed and a place to sleep.
I straight up ask Estelle, do you know any other way into this dungeon? And she said, if you wanted to get a drink and you're feeling thirsty, where would you go? But I think she's just pulling my leg. I think she's just winding me up. That's the joke, to say jump in the river or something.
Yeah.
But
She also had a pattern of when you were asked how to get into the dungeon. Basically, you needed to figure out yourself on the top of the temple, because if you can't figure that out, then you have no hope down there.
Yeah, so she
she couldn't in conscious send you to your death. So
Yeah, so it seems like she's not purposely screwing with you.
No, it's playful. It's playful. She's playing with an old man. That's what it is.
Yeah. There is that creepy godforsaken tower with the thunder strikes and thunder, the thunder's booms. If you wanted to do that as well, there's plenty of things.
Yeah, except it's gonna cost. Yeah, it's gonna cost an $8,000 gold book in order to figure out how to open those doors.
We did not explore anything in the Eastern City ruins so far. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of like catching folks up. I know other people they're brand new here, and we've already been kind of chatting for more than 20 minutes. If we just want to get started.
Yeah, sorry. I say that we go to the spider cellar. I think we should delve down there if that's what that would be
That
my
sounds
vote.
good. We'll make
We're
a quick
heading to
stop
the
by
plaza anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice. Do you think you're going through the gate through the Temple of Thoth, or are you maneuvering through the river again like last time? What's your approach? Not through the river, but like aside it. I think.
Yeah. Probably close to the river, just because I think Caius wants to take a look at the ruined citadel from across the river while we're on our way to the plaza.
Sure.
So, if nobody has any objections, he's just going to be like, "Why don't we walk along the river?"
That's fine with me.
Yeah. The ruined citadel has like big Harrenhal from Game of Thrones energy, like melted down ruins.
Yeah, sure looks like a dragon fucked that up.
Yeah, scorched, crumbling stone. Even frankly, is melting. A lot of buildings are collapsed by the similar concussive force that is sort of present across the eastern side of the ruins near the temple.
Does the bridge seem intact?
There is one bridge intact towards the ruined citadel.
Okay.
The rumors that you've heard so far from like the tavern and stuff is that no one really survives going to the citadel.
Whatever is there is still kicking and is apparently fucking.
Yeah. In fact,
Right, cool.
In general, I would say the western portion of Arden Vul has the less picked over rate, is I guess what I would say. But that might be for a reason, might not.
Makes sense.
Depends on depends on how your character would approach that knowledge, I guess, right? But anyways, let's talk about going to the plaza by the river, right? So it's an easy day. It's clear skies in the morning. Nothing comes up besides a couple baboons near the Temple of Thoth. It's that same troop again that probably Kalamanos would remember.
Mm-hmm.
The one with the new leader. But
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, those bastards.
Yeah, they're kind of just sunbathing at the top, but nothing else to do. No like bear or anything this time. As you go looking for that cellar, I'm sure you have like some kind of like you remembered it by marking it with a stone or something like that. To be like, this is
definitely.
the ditch that we're supposed to go, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So you remember there's about a How far down was the first steps? Was it 10 or 20 feet?
I thought it was 10 feet.
I think it was 10 feet. Yeah. So it's a 10-foot down descent into the darkness. However, I would caution you that as you're moving the brushes aside, I know you all are being kind of quiet, probably having a little bit of a low-key bant. You definitely hear the sounds of clittering and cladding down there.
Really?
Skitterings. Rippling skitterings.
Mm.
Clomping of mandibles into dirt.
It's the ghoul basement. We're at the ghoul basement now.
Correct. Or was. Do you want to? It's.
Oh.
You hear the writhing and chittering and clattering in the dark, right? And as far as I understand, my light audit is telling me that nobody has a light source out right now.
No, I mean I'll light a torch and get some light down there.
Sure. Your light catches the haunch of 2 centipedes. About the size of a boa constrictor. That skitter out of the light. Their carapaces are covered in some kind of like oily, kind of slicky substance.
Are they feeding on the ghoul corpses? But they're still there.
You don't see the corpses. So mayhaps.
I'm gonna toss a rock down there again and see if any ghouls burst out.
No, the 3 of the 7 of you hear the defense hiss of multiple centipedes, which sends a shrill up your spines. Can I get a morale save from Delgar?
Oh no! Come on.
There's no when you hear that there's more like there's like a cacophony of these chittering shrieks. It's
Does
no
he
joke.
get to add his charisma
Bats
to this?
You see a family of bats fly out even in the morning from a different like hole in the ground just from the shrieks of this.
Does he get the charisma bonus for this?
Oh yeah, he would get his, yeah.
Okay. And it's just D20, right?
You can give him yeah, but I say given the circumstances, you could roll with advantage. It's the start of the day.
Okay.
But no, I definitely think that Delgar needs to
Okay, I'm rolling. Here we go.
An 18 is great.
18, yeah.
Yeah. He's made of sterner stuff. The younger Delgar would have fled in terror, but not today.
Not the
armed with
draconic
magics.
speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so there's definitely centipedes down here.
Do we want to take these things on? Like every time we come back to this basement, we're going to be fighting more creatures, aren't we? But I don't know what else to do with this leg. That's the problem.
I assume you all are standing up above. Like none one has actually went down the 10 feet, like on the stairs.
No, I assume.
I know you've been, like
Yeah,
I'm assuming competency and safety and that kind of stuff. So that's
yeah. I'm just peering down with my torch, I guess, at the moment, trying to work out how many of these might be.
More than
is it
more
is
than
it
3,
like a
less than
vertical
9.
shaft?
Oh, sorry, no. It's not a vertical shaft. It's about a 10-foot cellar staircase into about a 40-foot square or slightly rectangular dugout cellar.
Do you think it would help? I'm just sort of trying to come up with an idea of how to, if we want to go down there, how we could. What if we like roll down a piece of rubble or something like that to scatter them?
The rubble agitated them.
If they're all together, I've got some oil. We can try and burn them.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was just trying to think of if there was a way for us to get a fire going down there to burn them out.
I assume marble statuary, would it be damaged by fire?
A little bit of buffing.
Yeah, a little bit of buffing. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. If someone wants to toss some fire down there, so we can drive these things off.
Yeah.
So
Well, Kalamanos, you're holding the torch. I'll hand you a flask of lamp oil. Go at it.
Okay. Do I need to roll for this?
no, you're just throwing it down a cellar, right? You're kind of just
yeah.
sending it to whom it may concern. You're not trying to do anything fancy there.
Before we do
But
this,
is our
can we
intention
actually
to stand back and hope that they come skittering out?
I'm hoping they skitter off into the cracks and crevices and disappear.
Okay.
What if we what if we threw down some rations or something to maybe try and draw them and tighten them up, and we might be able to kill some of them. Just thinking, like, if we make them flee and we have to come back here later to put more statue pieces in, it might be good to do a little bit of extermination.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask if while we're working on this, if we could just toss some because there's like a bunch of ruined rubble and stuff. Is there any like dead wood or anything like that in the rubble?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of plant matter and vegetation all around the ruins of the city.
Okay. Because yeah, I think Caius just wants to start throwing as much flammable material down those stairs as possible, so that when we throw the oil down there, we actually like burn for a minute. Because even if they don't get killed by the fire, I'm hoping the smoke will fuck them up.
Yeah. Or if it drives them up the stairs, let's all get ready. If it drives them up the stairs, we'll deal with them when they come up the stairs.
I think the bait idea is a really good idea, especially if we give it 5 minutes, get as many of these centipedes as we can all in one burst.
Cool. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, just do that. Yep.
I'll offer up some of my rations.
Sure. How many rations are getting thrown?
Well, I'm very poor. This is all my food, so I'm a little hesitant to give up everything.
I'll throw some in.
I'll throw a ration in.
Yeah, and I'll throw a ration as well. This is my kind of errand, isn't it? So I'll kind of throw.
Yeah, this is like 4 people's worth of food. It looks like.
Delgar is going to use his intelligence here for a second and postulate. I could just kind of push this leg down the stairs. We already have guardians. We don't have to pay. We could just.
I did think of that, but then I was worried about the statue getting getting more damage than it probably already is if we just toss it down the stairs.
Could gently slide it down.
That might be the simplest solution rather than fighting these things. This isn't really our priority. I think that's a good suggestion. I think we should just do that. Just roll this thing down and then we'll block it back up again.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Yep.
Is this not also the basement that we wanted to explore with the spiders today?
No, that's a different basement.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Thank you.
Okay. You didn't know about second basement, Pippin. There's multiple basements. In fact, just like a quick parse of the ruined plaza, because we've been here a few times and we've kind of scattered it out. I would say you've probably explored less than half, thoroughly, of the ruined plaza. So I'm not going to say it's a Blades project clock of you needed to do 6 things or whatever. It's just based on what you've done in the couple sessions that we've played, more than half of the plaza is basically undocumented.
Sure, because it looks like Miro will literally let me draw a Blades project clock right here.
Well, if this is just an empty basement with nothing but centipedes and marble statues, then yeah, we can probably also curl rope around the leg to have it roll down and then pull our rope back up after it, but slow the fall.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. So then, I guess let's head where we're meant to go then.
Sure. It's just terrifying to watch as this leg, lit by the light, just disappears under these mounds of writhing centipedes. But they are not interested in you.
Great.
They seem to be very interested in each other.
Is the arm also going down there?
It's already down there. I put it down there before.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we could just cover the entrance back up with rubble for a turn or so, and then I'll put out my torch and we'll be on our way.
Based on our talk, I assume you didn't throw the lantern oil. That's still available.
Yeah, I think we decided not to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to make sure. Great. Cool. Well, side project accomplished.
Hooray!
You solved my centipede puzzle. Do you want to go find the that other basement?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lead the
Alright,
way,
fantastic.
Calamados.
I will lead the way, or take like second position since I'm a thief, and I will probably be disarming quite a few traps.
Oh, cool, Hakon, you also know where it is. Awesome.
While we're making our way over, I would like to try and inspire some of my companions and hand out some luck tokens as my bardic duty. So
Yeah.
maybe tell a tale of some famous thief who stole the crown jewels, and that's assuming Hakon doesn't already have a luck token.
I do not have a luck token.
Okay, well if you're taking a point, I will try and give you some luck to help with that. See if I can actually succeed with anything this week. Yes, have a luck
Wow.
token.
Nice.
Thank you very much, half man.
Hawken, you're leading the pack up front, right?
Yes, I will
Kinda
lead
being
the way.
scout. Great. All right. Now that you've been pointed in the direction of where this basement is, I assume you dropped last session before we got to this part proper, right?
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
got to the base of the stairs and then my internet completely shit the
I
bed.
trade you. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, your quick thinking as a scout shows you that this is the same kind of area where those bats flew out, implying there might be another egress/ingress point. Do you want to look ahead and try to find that on the surface here, or do you want to take the tried and true stairs and see what happens?
I will look around and see if I can find it. An extra point of egress is always good when underground.
Sure. Cool. Then this will just take a turn for you to find it, I guess, if you're cool with that. If anyone else wants to, that could be maybe like the same turn that Heron B gives the tail before. Great.
Yep.
If we're cool with a turn, just in general, when you're exploring new places in Shadowdark, you can expect a risky condition, which is I'm going to roll an encounter check every 2 rounds. When you're doubling back to a place that you've kind of explored already, you can expect a sort of an unsafe condition where I'm checking every 3 rounds for an encounter. Just so you know.
Sounds good.
Right.
Alright.
So right now this is Risky Town, despite you all retreading this from a session ago. So in Risky Town, you're spending one of your one check here to look around. Yeah, and you find where the bats are. You kind of just follow the guano. And yeah, there's definitely like a hole in the ground about 3 feet wide. You could I guess you probably turned off your torch or whatever, so you can't really even see how far down it goes. But yeah, there's basically a chute leading into the darkness where these bats came from.
All right. Good to know. But I think avoiding 3-foot chutes, we should probably just go down the stairs.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
respect.
I will call for let's see, the fellow Whiskin. You're a fighter, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll call for you to join me at the front. Someone strong with some heavy armor to join me at the front.
I have a shield, still looking to find some armor, but I'll come join you.
All right.
Real quick, Maury, what's your character's name?
So again,
What's your character's name again?
Attilis.
Got it.
Yeah, our 2
My
fighters.
guy's a fighter as well, but he's doesn't have a lot of armor. He's only got leather armor and no shield, but he does have a lot of health. So it's a bit of a mixed bag.
Remind me, Ed. I know Maximus picked up that heavy armor.
Yep.
Is the other set of armor still down here?
Well,
No one
yeah, it is
disturbed it?
because I think I can't wear it, and Delga couldn't wear it, and we didn't have enough capacity to carry it, so I think it's still down there.
Okay, right. So this ruined plaza that you guys are strolling through. I don't know if Kalamanos could resist the cast exposition, but it's sort of like this, like the priest quarters of the city. Like this is where sort of the the bureaucracy parts of the church would live, right, and then operate. So you see a lot of various symbols for Thoth and the like around the rocks and the ruins. So as you're heading down into this basement, there's no signs of centipedes or anything like that down into this dark, which is great. But if you recall, this also has a subfloor for leading into a proper basement, and that the basement that you're exploring here is actually sort of like a almost like a smuggler's chute or something like that, leading for down below a basement. So quick light to get into that first basement layer before the trapdoor that was broken open that we're descending down 20 feet now. You're gonna need light. So what's the light audit?
I will relight my torch, assuming it wasn't expended when we were
you're
mucking
good.
about in the centerpiece.
You're good. It's got.
And I
Let's
think
just say it's
maybe
got
we
50
should go.
minutes left.
Okay. I guess Delga
A
can.
lantern.
Oh, you got your lantern, haven't you, Heronbeak? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, if Delgar's got a hand free and can carry it, then I can keep a weapon out. But yeah, the
Yeah, I'm not.
lantern.
Do wizards need hands free to cast spells? They probably
You need
do.
one
don't
hand
they?
free.
Okay, well he can carry a torch, and then he can keep one hand free for spell casting.
I've also got a hand free if you want me to carry anything.
Well, as long as someone's happy to carry the lantern, I'm happy to provide it. But I like to have one hand for my shield and one hand for my axe.
Well, I don't mind. I'll carry the lantern, and Delga can take the torch, because if he runs away, we don't running away with the lantern. So, yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Actually, Attilas, Memento, if you're okay with the idea, I'm happy to lend you my shield for the day, and then we can pick up that armor that they left here last time, and we can really kit you out, and I can use my bow for the rest of the day.
Oh, I would love that.
All right, take my shield.
Right.
What's the shield do? Is it +1?
+2, I think, from memory.
No, I think
Yes.
it's a plus. Isn't it +1 armor class?
Could be +1.
The shield is
believe
listed as
+2.
+2 in
It's
the
+2.
armor.
It's +2.
Oh.
Yep,
Oh,
that should be right.
that makes a big difference.
Definitely.
Thank you.
All right.
If
I'll give it
if
back.
you get a bit beat up, then we can switch places. But for now, you have the most HP, so it makes the most sense.
General
Yep.
construction notes about the vibes of the place that you're going to. It's clearly like some sort of Thothian administrative building. In these sort of subfloors. It is absolutely not structurally sound anymore. There were a few load-bearing door arches, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
It's not great. But also it seems
We ripped one out. It's
relatively
fine.
it seems relatively unexplored by adventurers. Right, as a general vibe. But you can general masonry, but that also means there might be murals and things still up here that haven't been defaced or worn down with time. All right. Cool. So we're going to descend the 20 feet of stairs, leading into this massive, described almost like a 100 by 50 foot chamber with these multiple columns. I know I'm not following the descriptive things, but I'm also kind of just recapping sort of what's on the map here. If you're all following on Miro, we're entering that very first room.
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think actually this is 10 foot to a square, isn't it? If it's 100. Was it 100 by 100 by 100? This is it 10 by 10? This did you say? Right.
Sorry, what?
Was it 100 by 100? 10? Is it 10 squares by 10 squares? This initial basement.
Yeah. It's 10 by 5. So it's a
that's
rectangle.
correct. Okay.
It's a rectangle.
Yeah.
Do you
Has
need a marching
anyone-
order, Eric?
So,
Just do you need a marching order?
yeah, we should probably have a marching order as well. But it's also a good point. There are 2 corpses that have been poisoned or bloated. Their lymph nodes and stuff, and their bodies are all covered in this sort of black and purpley bile. One of them has been moved and disrobed, while the other one is still wearing a set of chainmail.
That's good.
If somebody wants that.
I'm pretty tempted. They're like bloated. Are they gonna like explode if they get tampered with?
The first one didn't explode when it got disrobed from Kalamanos' account.
Okay, well, I think I might head that way. I'm
Kai's
pretty
is
keen
gonna
to
hand
gear up
Tillis
as much as
a-
possible.
It'll just take a turn for you to put on the armor, right? You're gonna have to tighten the belts, because obviously it's not fitting for you and all that kind of jazz, you know. Is that cool for the group to waste a dungeon turn to let him get armored up?
Absolutely.
Well,
in the
I'll
mean-
turn to tell another tale about some heroic Whiskin, and if Attilas is going to be up front, give him try and inspire him as well.
Sure. This inspirational story is trying to distract you from the current dripping of earth and rock into this room very gently from the ceiling, and you hear the columns near you kind of moan under the pressure and weight of thousands of years of keeping this place alive.
Well, I'm back to my usual terrible roles, so all the
Yeah.
tales that I tell are of heroic deaths and very
Yeah.
uninspiring.
And I guess, yeah, perhaps the only thing in your head is the ignoble death of the earth falling on you. So, perhaps it's
I think part of the reason probably that the tales are not too inspiring for him is that you're telling tales of heroic Whiskin and he's a capitalite.
Oh yeah, probably. You humans all look the same to us halflings.
As that's happening, Caius, would you mind if I carry your 10-foot pole while we delve?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here, take it.
And while Attilas is getting dressed, can I go inspect these columns a little and maybe see if they turn or go up or down? Maybe hit each one with my sword, see if they're actually hollow or something.
Sure. So you hit the first these are all dork columns, so the very old kind. You hit the first one with the sword, and a bunch of earth kind of like falls down around it. Your teammates caution you about doing that for all of them. But no, they're actually not described as far as or painted on or anything like that. There's no sort of reliefs or anything on the columns. They seem to be purely supportive. You've noticed there's several chips and cracks and pressure kind of cracks in some of the columns. This place clearly survived the blast on the surface, but at great cost. The set of double doors that are labeled on the map here, they are the load-bearing doors that we talked about. There are these heavy wooden doors that are iron banded, and they've been pried open.
You did that.
Who did that? Enough for one at a time. You all can slip through them, but opening them any more would risk collapse of that whole part of the chamber.
So when we first entered this basement in the north west corner where spiderweb is, there were a bunch of spiderwebs, and Maximus burnt those spiderwebs away, and 6 spiders fled north into this room with the altar. So presumably they are still lurking in that direction.
Yeah.
Somewhere beyond these double doors. We went a little way. We found a closet with some jars and sacks, nothing of particular interest, and a passage down. I'm not totally sure if that's in the right place, Eric. And also then further up a T junction, and that was when we chickened out and scuttled back to the inn.
The
So-
passage down is incorrect. So I'm
Yeah.
going to try to describe the hallway that you see based on the new dimension description procedure that we're going to try out today. So forgive me, and also thanks for everyone's patience as we figure out how I can do this well for everyone. All right. So from the entry point to the left, we have that spot on. There's basically like about a 50-foot solid masonry wall. There is one door at about the 25-foot midpoint of that wall. That had jars and sacks as noted before, but you can't see that from this hallway description here. From the entry point to the right, so through these double doors, immediately from the double doors to the right, there is an extra hallway. It is about 30 feet wide, but it seems to you can see the 30-foot wide hallway that is also 10 feet shrink to 5 feet after 30 feet, but right around there the earth gives way, or sorry, the kind of the stone slick foundation that you're on gives way to mud, and you can kind of make out a door at the edge of your light around that muddy part.
So there's a 30-foot wide,
30-foot long, 10-foot
30
wide.
feet long.
10-foot
So
wide.
3 hexes
sorry.
to the west. Yeah, 3 squares to the
East.
Yeah, east. Thank you.
The corridor going forward is also about twice as long as it's meant to be if it's 50 feet, not 100.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
had
yeah.
an issue with scale.
Yeah,
last time.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm not done describing the right side. So
Sure.
that was that immediate
Apologies.
right turn. No, you're grand. Don't worry. Following that immediate right, the wall to the hallway proceeds just like the wall to the left, and it also has a door on the reciprocal side of the jar door. Also, wood, stone, ostensibly not unopened.
Okay.
And the door for that right hallway that you were just placing would be on the north side of the wall instead of the south, or the west, right? It's on the the top part.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But I need to make this corridor shorter.
There are sounds. Let me describe a little bit of the sounds and ambience of the dungeon down here. Besides the creaking and moaning of the earth and the foundations, you can definitely hear a faint sound of dripping somewhere far to the north of you, past that plus sign junction. Oh yeah, so this is a T junction, but it's a plus sign at the very top. But that's as far as your light can reach, so that's why I haven't described past the plus sign. You just know it is based on the way that the shadow dispersion.
There we go.
All right. So, marching order, it sounds like is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Attilis and Hakon in our first rank. And then it's probably going to be Caius and Heronby in the second rank. Sounds like we've got Kalamanos and Delgar in the third rank. And then Radium, your character is Vuldir.
Correct.
And then it sounds like Vuldir's in the back with a bow. And also watching the back rank.
Nice. Cool. There are definitely sounds of life down here. Not people, but animal life or things like the flickering wings of bats, or at least something that you hope is a bat, as well as more chittering and many legged against skittering across hard stone.
Centerpiece again, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought this was the spider basement. We just did the centipede basement.
Shall we check out
That door on the right,
this other
yeah.
closet, or whatever
Yeah.
it might
Yes.
be?
Makes sense.
Right. Hagen, your customary search here doesn't reveal any traps right away. It could be more ingenious, but this seems like a pretty simple door, and it has that very standard kind of like. In fact, it has a very, very standard 2,500-year-old like lock key kind of mechanism. So it could be theoretically locked, but there's you don't see any sign of like an arrow trap or anything from the hole or nothing of the like.
All right, I shall move out of the way and let Attilis open the door.
Sure.
Yep, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, it does not budge. It is unfortunately kind of the foundations. It's not. I wouldn't say a load-bearing door, but it's definitely been stuck in place from the structural issues of the place. You're gonna have to force it open if you want to get through here.
Do we want to try that?
I
Are
just
we
hand you
are we
my
worried
crowbar
about?
from behind.
I mean,
Are
I've got features that my arms are a crowbar basically because of I've got grit, so I think I get advantage on the check to try and force it anyway.
Oh,
but-
my crowbar is a crowbar, so I'll pass you that as well.
All right, if
so
you're
double crowbar.
yeah. So with having grit and a crowbar and kind of this time, if you wanted to roll, rolling would save you a dungeon turn. Otherwise, you can automatically succeed if you're cool with just taking a little bit of time.
I mean, if you're going to take time doing that, I'm going to sort of just have a little peek down this. If I can see anything down this passage just to the right of the door as well. So
I'm inclined to play it a little safe and spend the time just because of how unstable the area seems. So maybe I would be a bit more cautious if we're happy to do that.
sounds good.
yeah,
Kalamanos, two things as you kind of venture down there. There is sort of like a putrid smell sort of permeating down here, but the putrid smell definitely is stronger down this corridor than than the rest of the party where they're going. But also at the very edges of your torchlight, you see sort of dead bug eyes on the ceiling as there's several centipedes kind of just scurrying around. Let's see if they. Yeah, they seem indifferent to you.
okay, great. Well, I'm gonna return. I'm gonna beat a retreat back to the rest of the party and see what happens with this door, then, rather than proceed down that corridor for the
They're
moment.
like centipede eyes the size of golf balls. Not great.
Ooh, don't like that.
All right, so we're forcing the door open, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool. And so it was. So, describing from the left, the room, you're entering the middle of this far room. So, when I describe from the left, is that from the left of your entrance, of the way you come in, or?
Yes.
I think it's from the left entrance as we come in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then, the wall extends from the door, about 15 feet. Then it goes from the corner, another 15 feet or so. It's basically a 15 by 15 square. There are no exits from this room that you can see.
It's probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, immediately left to the door here is what looks to be a corpse of a man, stoically standing. probably ostensibly some form of toga, but has worn down with age. Only kind of leaving the bit of the leg part around the belt, like the top part is worn down, showing just gray skin, very thinned hair, but standing at attention. The rest of the room seems to be refuse and ruin and like rocks and rubble and the like. But
is this man like moving, or is he completely still?
completely still, as though on guard.
I shall poke him on the hand with the 10-foot pole.
That will get its attention as it turns and it like kind of feet together 10 huts on the holder of the pole, and it will look and it will smile a toothless smile, and the tongue is green or gray and green, putrid, and it goes, "Master, welcome back," in Old Mithric. So if you can't understand that, it just sounds like Latin. But it kind of smiles.
Kalamanos?
I can speak. Yeah, I can speak Mithric. I'll hustle into the room, I suppose. What's it? So what's this corpse wearing? Is it? Sorry,
So I
don't know if
describe
you
it like a
know.
toga. However, there is
Something.
an interesting band of jewelry around its foot. You would see this as sort of like a stylistic slave collar, or it was part of a servant's uniform. This zombie smells pretty bad. Not hostile at all. Very much like it's ready to serve you, or specifically Hawken.
Oh, specifically Hawken. Okay.
Who are your guests, Master?
I'll translate for Hawken, I suppose.
These are my friends. This is Kalamanos, the seer. He shall be your translator.
I have taken care of your favorite pet. 1 second. 1 moment. And he goes to a corner, bends down. You see like his elbow, like bone, like sticks out from his elbow as he bends down and grabs a leash. There is nothing on the leash except for a nasty dog collar with a little glittering pendant on it. He pulls it out of the rubble. Some things kind of crack and bend from the rubble, and shows. And he's just holding the leash as though there were a dog on it with the collar.
Very good. Thank you. You've kept good care of him.
He hands you the leash, assuming that's what you wanted when you were saying thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. The dog collar is very nice. Besides the wasted leather part, but there's definitely that's the glint of silver on the tag.
I think
Maybe.
you can add Master Necromancer to your titles, Harkon.
Yes.
Does something need to be carried, sir?
Oh no, go on. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead, Kalamanos.
I was just going to say, I'm wondering if we could get this thing to walk ahead of us.
That's what I was about to
That's
say.
what I was thinking.
I was gonna give it the 10-foot pole. What is your? Forgive me. It's been a long time. My mind is weary. What is your name?
Servant.
Of course.
Doodly smile.
Servant. There's
Yes.
nothing else of note in this room, correct?
Correct.
Servant. If you will walk in front of us and carry this pole, run it along the ground, to ensure that there are no traps, nothing that we don't want to step on. Please.
Sure. Like, yes, sir. Of course. It gives the impression that it only wants to. It's like soothing platitudes. Like, bro, of course, masterful idea. And you can see as it, we jump to it gets to the front of the line. It doesn't know what to do with the pole. It's just kind of holding it out, like almost like a weird joust. Like wiggling it. It doesn't know what you want.
Could we maybe get it to describe, some of the rooms nearby? See if it, can tell us. I see you've got a weird altar marked on the map from a previous session. Like, can it tell us what that's about?
Do you pass along the
I'll try and ask it. I speak Mithric as
Old
Mithric
grand.
as well,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you do.
yeah, I'll see if it,
It's the funniest thing, little one. I can't remember. I've been here so long, but I can't remember. And you see it's on the one side of its head is like half its brain's missing.
Oh well, it was worth a try.
Caius just says in Mithric, like, real as an aside, trying not to make a big thing out of it.
Yeah.
Tip of the pole on the ground.
Of course. You watch a few spiders crawl out from the brain cavity, down in its back, as it figures out what to do. Yeah, slow and
I'm
steady.
going to look at the other Whiskin and say, do they all speak the witch tongue?
Seems to just be the language in these lands.
Caius says to you in Whiskin, it's because we're all witches.
Hawken looks a bit impressed. If the zombie doesn't seem to be still doesn't seem to be understanding the 10-foot pole, Hawken will take the 10-foot pole back and just walk slightly behind it.
Yeah, it's not. I would. Yeah, you're smart enough to know that while it is clearly imitating this stuff, I feel like you're smart enough to get the impression that this thing wouldn't know what to do if it did trigger a trap. Like, it wouldn't alarm you, or it would just if it felt something, it would just carry on anyways. Right.
Right. So yeah, I will take the pole back, and I'll just have it stand slightly in front of us. Anyone
Perhaps
else
I'm better
have
just carrying things.
I think you could just use the pole to just poke him forward. Like the best utility I think we can get out of him is he just triggers things and as a bit of cannon fodder.
I don't know, a porter who doesn't ask for a share.
Yeah, I
of
kind
the
of like
treasure.
yeah. I think I might just send him to the back with is it Volgir?
Elgar?
Oh dear.
Or Voldir? Yeah.
Voldir. I'll send
I
him to the
mean-
back with Voldir, I suppose, and we'll just have him function as a porter.
We smell about the same, so
Oh, jeez, come on. Yeah.
Oh no.
Nice. All right.
Caius is
Yeah,
increasingly
if
glad
no one
that
else
you're
has any
behind him.
questions for servant, then
Not for the moment. Maybe if we come to a door, we can see if it knows what's beyond the doors and things like that. But
or I suppose we move on to the T junction.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Description from the T-junction. So starting from the way you're entering to the left, it is a 5-foot wide corridor extending about, basically as far as your light can go and beyond.
How far can our light go? Sorry, Eric.
60 feet for a lantern.
No, I think all light in this game goes near, which is approximately a move distance away. So it's actually more like 30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that
in the equipment description? It gives lantern as being twice near.
Ah.
Okay, so
Then you can see the end. That's good to know. See, maybe I should read the damn book. Okay. So then you can see the end from that. Yeah, so it's 75 feet or so long. It terminates at a T intersection at the end.
This altar room must be incorrect, but
So now doubling back, so like this would be like the north side of that passage I just described. There are a total of 2 entrances that I want to describe to you. The first one is, so this is on the way back. This is 15 feet from that T junction.
Yep.
You see a bandit of a door, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 40 feet from that door is a set of double doors that are cracked open. So that's the left lane of the T intersection described. Now I'm going to describe the north one.
Yep.
Okay. Your light will extend. It is a hallway 5 feet wide. Extends the entire way to the end of the lantern light. So another 70 feet.
So it's going north. It's just going north. Sorry.
Yeah, north. This is the north side, correct? So this is a 5 foot wide hallway extending all the way. There are a couple in. So on the left side, it will extend 1, 2, 3, 4, 50 feet north before the light disperses, indicating some extra wide space that you can't see. There is, and then the light will stop 20 feet past that opening. So effectively, there's some sort of probably like a space that's at least 20 foot wide up there, right?
Okay.
Coming directly across the hallway. So like the 5 feet ends at the end of this. There is a door. And then I'm ready to describe the right side of this.
Yeah.
15 feet down from that door where it terminates, and from the north coming down, there is another door. 15 feet past that, there is the start of another hallway extending to the east. It is 5 feet wide. Obviously, you can't see what's down there from your light, but you know that it extends at least more than 5 feet. And then there's another like 15 feet before you're back to the T intersection. Or sorry, the plus intersection.
This is the east wall of the north hallway, right?
Correct. East wall and north hallway. There are there's one door, and then there's another offshoot corridor. Am I going too fast, by the way?
Possibly, yeah.
No
Sorry.
bother. Yeah, no, you're grand. I just realized so. Let me know if you need me to repeat what I described.
Yeah. Repeat the doors if you could.
Mm-hmm. Right. So this is the eastern side of the north hallway. 15 feet from that top door is a door. So far away that's the best you could get from here.
Okay, so we got that already. Yep,
right.
Sure.
15 more feet down from there is the start of a 5 foot wide corridor extending east further.
Got it. So about here.
Then it's a solid wall back home after that corridor. Home being this T.
Yeah, sure. So there's no more doors between here and that. Yep.
Right. Let me know when you're ready. I will start describing the easternmost part of the plus, the last part.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay. This one only extends 15 feet.
Okay.
So this will be the north side of the eastern hallway. It extends 10 feet down from you, from this plus sign intersection, is a door. So that's on the north side. And then there's another door at the very end of this 5 foot wide hallway. There's no door to the south. So, does that make sense?
Yeah. Like that. Is this room with the double doors? Is this a 5 foot corridor that we've been traveling down immediately after double doors, or is this?
No, it's 10 feet. But then once you get to this plus size intersection, everything shrinks down to 5.
Right. Okay.
Which makes it kind of tricky to map.
Sure. Okay.
The slant is intentional.
Right. And then the west side, the exit's on the west side.
It is the south side of the west 5-foot corridor.
Yeah.
Is solid until the T intersection.
Okay, which is about here. Oh no. Yep.
Yeah.
The Mythic language is a bit like Mythic architecture, completely convoluted.
Yeah.
Not
It's to
terrible.
So
ward off minerals.
a T running. Oh, I wonder if this is. I wonder if this is this actually. This passage here. I'm wondering if this is this.
Yeah. Last
And
session's
this
mapping.
altar room actually. It was we got the yeah. So I'm wondering if this altar is actually this whole room is a little bit over this way.
The
It is.
fun of mapping.
And then actually this comes down.
Yeah.
To here. I'm guessing. Okay, cool. So we're at this cross section. Oh, and there are any doors on the northern wall of the Western Passage?
No, there are 3 doors. Or sorry, there's 2 doors. One is a
Yep.
set of double doors.
Yep.
So one set, I think you have those double doors marked, which is about right. But there was a second door extending about 15 feet back from the T intersection. The light's coming from. All right, that hits at the end.
Yep.
From the terminus.
Yep.
Sound good?
Yep.
So
And there's another
lots
door.
of,
There's a third door. Is there a third door? There's
double
two-
doors that are
two doors.
cracked open.
These are cracked open. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, sorry. Thanks for your patience, everybody. This was
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to.
my
trying to get
kingdom
my
for a
head around it.
15 by 15 foot square.
Oh, what's he keep doing that? Okay.
All right. So, do we want to head left because that's the direction we think the spiders are in? Is it better to go in the direction of what we think we know the threat is, versus
I mean,
a direction where we may be running into a threat we don't anticipate?
can we hear anything at this cross section? Can we hear any sounds coming from the west or the north? I know you said there was some dripping water. Can we hear any indication of what might be ahead?
The dripping water is definitely not coming from the west. It's definitely coming from somewhere in the north.
Yep.
The flipping of those bat wings described is also coming from the north.
Well, that might be where that shoot comes down to.
Yeah, there is definitely a smell of guano emanating, wafting down from the north as well. No, it's actually as quiet as the grave toward the west.
I'm more inclined to look in rooms than corridors. Like treasure's going to be in a room.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Opening a
wouldn't you?
door would. And I'm not enthusiastic about poisonous spiders. Having seen
Yeah,
those
I
poison
think we
corpses.
should avoid those if we can. I mean, maybe these doors onto the east that we've that are nearest to us. We should scope those out first, perhaps.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Also, I probably should have done a better job describing the putrid smell that you smelled, Calamanos. It is not. I would say it's not a natural smell. It's too acrid. Like it smells like a combination of guano and citronella. You know, like there's something about the smell is almost tangy, or on your nose to like the point of like vinegar burning. You have no
This
idea
was
what.
Okay. This is a smell in the corridor near the double
by
door.
the double door.
Almost.
Yeah. It was. It's
Are we
definitely
still
gonna
detecting it? Are we still detecting it at this
Yeah,
cross section?
very faintly.
That smells explosive.
Has anyone seen at night bats flying around? Are they regular sized bats or humongous bats? Have we seen, giant bats that would eat a man alive?
The bats that I described earlier were regular size.
Okay.
Adventurers say there's giant bats, but no one's ever seen them, or no one's ever given proof. But if there's giant centipedes, there could be giant bats.
That's almost reassuring.
Thanks. That's what I go for.
I'm going to check the two doors in the eastern corridor. I'll check the northern door first for traps.
Right. Cool. No traps to the north. For the northern corridor.
And then I will check the eastern door.
Sure. As well, no mechanisms of traps. Although I think you could indicate that door on the far east side, so not the one on the north wall on the east corridor, but the terminating one, is locked.
Okay. I will step back and allow Attilas to open the northern door then.
Yep. I'll push it open.
All right. This one's another load-bearing door, my friend. When you shove on this one and give pressing on it, you see like more gravel and rock kind of like fall around the door. Unlike the one that the zombie porter was in. This one more.
Do we think? Right. I guess we can't like crack this one like the double doors and slip through it.
It's a single one, yeah, and the hinges on the other side.
I'll
I don't
try.
think we should push this door.
I'll try to unlock the far east door rather than risking that door.
Very quickly, I'm noticing there's this great big space right next to this tiny cupboard labeled jars sacks. Did any thief wander in there and see if there's any sort of hidden doors and that there could be a room right next to the altar room?
I believe Patrick was a thief and he searched the...
Yeah, he was thorough.
Yeah, last session he did have a look in there.
Yeah. I
We
did
felt he
indicate
probably
that...
backed onto this altar room, but it didn't seem to be anything in there. But
yeah, that's right.
Probably nothing then.
That's good thought though.
Perhaps worth investigating on the western hallway. We might want to check for hidden doors when we move that way.
So you want to unlock the that eastern door?
Yes, I will produce my thieves' tools. And
are you cool with auto-succeeding taking a turn, or do you want to try to rush it? And save yourself a dungeon turn.
I will put that up to the party. Do y'all think that I should? I have advantage.
Yeah. Spend a turn. Yeah, I think it's fine.
I'll spend a turn.
Okay. Clicks. It's open.
I shall step back once again.
I'll step forward.
Yeah.
I'll open it.
Okay. This door swings open. Swings open maybe like half of the full arc of the door as it runs into rocks and junk. But from what you can see in here, let me give you the description. It is starting from the left. It is bless you all. It is a 20 by 20 square room. There is a terminating. There's only one terminate door on the opposite side. You're coming in from this 20 by 20 room 5 feet from the easternmost wall's south corner. Right, so that's the southwest corner. Up 5 feet is the door. The terminating wall door is on the eastern side of this 20 by 20 room, but it's 5 feet translated to the south. down 5 feet rather than being across, right? If it was directly across from you and then down 5 feet for the 20 by 20 square. That makes sense.
Like that.
Yeah, nailed it. See why? See, that's easy. screw
That's like
describing
it.
hallways,
Or 20 by 20 rooms, please.
right? Yeah. All right. So I did mention the door doesn't fully open. Because there's trash and junk all over this room, but it seems to have been pushed to the sides, leaving sort of a perfect, almost like a trail through, almost like through. Forgive the poor analogy, but like through a hoarder's house of junk and trash and debris to the other door.
Are there any? Can we see any
Barefoot-
footprints or anything?
Barefoot human footprints.
All right.
There's a couple curiosities among the junk I would call out. There's a couple statues that are interesting. The one that you can see from the way that without stepping in from the room, so this is kind of facing the south door, is a strange simian, not a baboon. It's almost like a caricature of a monkey. It's got big eyes. Like way too big eyes, like anime eyes.
Are the eye-
Seems like the
They're not
kind of
jeweled.
room that centipedes or spiders could hide in.
Yeah, the eyes are not jeweled like
Isn't
other
there a,
statues, like Thoth and the stuff. These ones are actually just carved big eyes.
Isn't there a rumor about statues and their eyes, like beware their eyes? Am I remembering that right?
You
That's
are?
Yes.
presumably for statues
Yeah.
with jeweled eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, prying out jewels out of eyes of statues is frowned upon.
Right. Okay.
I.e., liable to get you killed by some weird curse, according to the rumor.
Yeah.
Can we get the zombie to walk into this room first and see if anything?
Yes, I think that's a good idea. This definitely seems like a room prime for traps.
Servant, you mind checking out that pile of stuff?
Right away, sir. So it goes and just stares at the back wall, that southern wall, just looking around. What should I be looking for, sir?
Anything shiny in the pile of junk?
Just a moment. And he goes down, and you see him rubble around. He squats. You see that elbow bone stick out again as his arm reaches in there. Pulls out an ingot of glittering, almost like super silver. For us as players, it's platinum.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
They've got white
Is
gold
this
down here.
what? This is what your platters were made of, right? And he gets ready to hand it over to you.
This zombie is my new favorite party member.
All right.
Um,
Well, who's got space for carrying stuff? It looks like.
Which of you is the most observant? It's a subjective
we-
question.
Probably Hawken.
Probably Hawken, yeah.
Yeah, probably Hawken.
That creepy monkey statue's smile has turned to an angry growl. Like
Ooh.
a
Oh.
Servant, set that ingot down real quick.
let's go. Clink, clank on the floor.
Does the statue respond in any way?
Its arms are slowly moving upwards, like from side akimbo, raising.
Oh. Do we want to maybe just grab the ingot and flee?
Yeah, I think servant, pick up the ingot and come back here quickly, as quick as you can.
I just dropped it, sir. Right. And right. Okay. I need to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hey, look,
Pretty
if you
bad.
can beat initiative here, you can start escaping out of the room before things get bad. So when we roll initiative, the way initiative works in this game is combat. It's d20 plus dex, but rather than highest to lowest, it's order of the voice chat. Whoever gets highest starts the initiative, and you just go down through the voice chat from there. So don't let Ed or Jay get win.
It looks like Che. Che is fantastic at rolling initiative.
He really is.
Hawkins quite quick on the draw.
Hawken, all right. As always. Yeah, I kind of gave up rolling the crawling around initiative. Instead, I just kind of keep track of the order.
Oh, I should roll
It's
Delga
smoother.
as well, right?
Does
Yeah.
Does Delga just go on my turn?
He just goes on
or-
your turn. Just goes on your turn.
Okay.
and does servant go on my turn?
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
All right. Yeah, I will. I will have servant move as quickly as a 1,000-year-old zombie can, towards me as I
He picks up the
I will-
ingot, right, as commanded. And,
and I will prepare to slam the door shut as soon as it gets through.
Is there any other like? Is there more than one ingot, or is it just the one?
just one. There's one platinum ingot.
I will also draw my hand axe from the loop on my belt.
So I'm kind of under the impression that most of you all were kind of going into this room, right?
Oh, I thought
Or
we
were
were all
you-
standing at the entrance and sending the zombie in.
Gotcha. Okay. Now that makes perfect. That's very smart. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Great. So then I think because you won initiative and basically you're the one in front, yeah, you close the door and you just hear scratching and hollering and ferocious stone on wood violence from behind this door as you're keeping it shut, right? Like you're like basically having to like hold this door shut as it's like being scratched and pried open as you hear the sounds of just violent claws and thrashing. There's a light from below the door. There's a little bit of smoke for a second as the thrashing continues. What do you do? The door's holding.
Are we still in initiative here, Eric?
No,
So
we're
is
out
it-
of initiative.
We're out of initiative. Okay.
Is it?
Back up
is
to the junction where if it keeps coming at us, then
We've got a better chance. Yeah.
four of us can attack it at the same time rather than facing it one on
Yeah.
one in a 5-foot corridor.
That makes sense.
Is it possible for me to lock this door back?
You
Or
would need
perhaps
someone to
for
help hold the
Attilas.
door.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
can I can hold the door.
if Attilas can hold the door, then I will attempt to lock it back.
All right, let's have a quick roll off between Attilas and whatever these statue things were, or whatever it was.
I bel-
Can I get advantage because of grit?
You absolutely can, my friend.
Oh, that's not very good.
You still
Also-
beat.
Oh, here's
It's
the
good
luck
enough.
sticking.
Good enough for government work.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
The door like cracks open, and you can see that there are these 3 stone monkeys that are crawling and get the door open for you. Like hold it back for good, right? Like you like a hand or like a bit of a finger like gets snapped through the door and like crumbles to dust. As the doors.
Do they hoop like monkeys?
No, they have no voice.
Okay.
It's just
Oh,
thrashing.
what a wonderfully creepy way to phrase that, Eric.
You said there were 3 monkeys,
There were 3 at the door. Yeah,
and we saw one that had great big eyes.
yeah.
All right, thank you.
The I'll give it to you because you saw it. One of them has really big ears, like overly described ears. And the other one had a really big mouth
They sound evil.
that was smoking. Yeah, from like ember residue off the mouth as it was closing.
And do I need to roll?
Have you ever been this scared before? Walking away from a door? Like, how confident are you in this lock? Do you trust it?
If the door seems to be holding,
Yeah, right. Like, I can, in my head, I definitely still see like Attilas like bracing the door, like holding the iron bar with this grip as you do the click, and there's like this eye look between both of you as and everyone hears the scratching on these doors. Like, do you trust it?
Yeah, I'm not moving until he nods.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was going to say, as the rest of the party had an opportunity to back up to the crossroads.
Yeah, you definitely let everyone back up to the T junction.
Caius is just literally standing with an axe raised right around the corner, waiting for something to come through that door, chasing them.
No. Turn goes by. It's fine. The door holds.
All right.
The thrashing subsides a little bit.
I guess we're not going that way.
There's an occasional like surprise, like run at the door scratch, to keep you on your toes, but no, it holds.
Let's never speak of that room again.
Oh, it's terrifying.
There's another door to the left of it, is there not?
The bar, sire. He holds out to you. It's a perfectly shimmering platinum. What do you call it? I forgot the term for it.
Ingot?
Bullion. Like, yeah, ingot. Standard 2 pounds of platinum. That you all would probably relatively know, like the value of, like that can be quickly appraised. That's, the ballpark of 500 gold.
Ooh.
Nice.
Is that going to be a slot for someone, Eric?
Yeah, that's a slot though.
I've got a slot.
I've got plenty of room.
The zombie porter can hold 13 things.
Best party member.
Best party member.
I think we'll
I
give.
don't know why. I don't trust this zombie, man. Like I'm waiting for it to get loaded up and then disappear on us.
Someone in the party should take it. If it's
yeah, no, I think last resort. Once everyone's slots are full, then we start giving things to the zombie.
Mm-hmm.
We should maybe blindfold the zombie, just because, I don't know, can necromancers see through eyes of zombies they made? Maybe that's the trap. Maybe somebody's spying on us.
Definitely possible.
I don't know nothing about no necromancers.
You're the witch, aren't you?
That is true. Yeah, yeah, let's blindfold it. That is smart. I hadn't considered that.
You could use the dog leash to lead him around.
yeah, I will give the leash to Voldir.
I would say to anyone who was from the capital, I would say using the use of undead in the use of unscrupulous spying and things, especially in terms of the collegium's rivalries, is definitely there's precedent. So yeah, it's possible that someone could be spying through the eyes of this thing.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So yeah,
there's credence to that.
Yeah, if you want the leash, or I can give you my 60 feet of rope if you want to just like tie him to your waist.
I have a free hand to carry. I'll need to drop it to loose an arrow with my bow, but that's fine. That'll be in combat anyway.
All right. And then who took the platinum?
I could take it.
All right. Excellent.
Who's that? Was that Memento?
Yeah.
Yes.
Attilas. For a job well done holding the door.
Yeah. You earned.
Yeah, Caius walks over to Attilas, gives him a big like pat on the back, and starts talking about what a right proper like built up bastard he is. And starts trying to gas him up like in the old mercenary way.
My nerves are shot from that room, so when you tap me on the back, I just like start a little bit and go, Christ.
And I'm gonna try and inspire him.
Oh,
It does
dear.
not work.
Okay.
You are
We've
spooked.
got- we've
You are
got-
spooked
we've only
as
got two
hell.
bars.
I'm too spooked, yeah.
But before I
Three
give
spoopy, 5 me.
Volgir that leash, I'm going to pull off the silver pendant.
Nice. That doesn't take a
Does it
slot.
have a
It's the
name on
size
it?
of a coin. Sorry, I spoke over you. What was the question?
Does it have a name on it?
Yeah.
I will show it to one of the Mithric speakers.
Caltrop.
Caltrop?
Caltrop.
Caltrop.
Yeah.
Oh, Caltrop.
That's a
Yeah,
good
like
fucking
the-
pet name.
Yeah. It's a small collar,
does that-
like for like a terrier.
Does that take up it? I assume that the pendant doesn't take up a gear slot.
No, and it's the size of a coin.
All right. Yep.
Yeah. It's very pretty. It's engraved. It's probably worth, something. You're
A few
based
more
on,
coins than the silver it's made on.
less than 50 silver, but definitely more than 10. Something based on your experience.
Might be really handy if we find the ghost of a little kid crying about his puppy that we need to put to rest.
There's another door right next to the one we just sealed, right?
Yes.
Yes, but it seems to be too unstable to open.
Correct.
Okay.
It's another one of those load-bearing doors.
Alright,
we
then I guess
try the
let's head down the
open
left
doors?
side of the hallway.
Maybe
Go
check out his
towards the
double
west.
doors. Yeah.
Yes, westerly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Okay, taking a peek inside the double doors. The double doors reveal a 20 by 10 room with no exits. As far as the shape. The doors are cracked open. There is several piles of I was gonna say bug bones, but that's my brain doesn't work. Empty
Empty
desiccated,
exoskeletons.
yeah, like desiccated exoskeletons, and yeah, a few like bird bones and the likes around, as well as even like a couple sticks and twigs around. The ground is a little damp in here. Let's see. 1 or 4? What should I? What
One.
should I, 1. Okay. Okay. Lurking in the back of this room is a marble, long, basically like a leg of Arden that we found earlier. That's black marble, but then it rides and moves.
Oh.
And you see a little forked tongue stick out from a front. And you realize that this thing is circling almost the entire room.
Oh.
It is a giant snake boy, and he is home, and we're rolling initiative.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I just had to restart my PC. If someone could roll initiative for me.
Alright, and then here's Hakon's, which is a +2.
+3.
Oh, Hakon's +3?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's a 17.
Is
he
he,
a
I think he's
20?
won initiative again.
Oh, is he a
I think he's won
21?
initiative.
No, Varen
Oh, it's 20.
got it.
Caius has the
Oh.
21. Hakon is
Okay.
a 17.
Right.
Nice.
Caius also has +3 dex.
Okay. This is again an abnormal, normal. What the fuck? An unnormally giant, enormous, friggin' constrictor snake. Like swallow a cow kind of constrictor snake.
Oh,
So we fight it, right?
I'm looking at the doors and what they're made of, and whether or not they could be closed.
Oh,
Is there the glint of anything in this room that immediately catches the eye that says this snake might be worth fighting?
Yeah, what looked to be cobwebs and debris is actually the dead scales and skin of this thing, and amongst them you definitely see some bones and some glitterings around the bones in its detritus. But it's in the worst possible spot given near its head. So I don't think running in there and taking that is on the menu. I feel like more just you're on the menu.
So yeah, Caius is kind of just he's just looking at how many of this thing clearly can fit through these double doors.
Yes.
Obviously, because that's how it got out. The question would be is, I guess, how many of us can stand, essentially abreast in this hallway to fight this thing?
How many of us can fit inside this thing?
That's the main question.
The answer robs you of hope. Too many.
But yeah, basically, Caius is trying to figure out basically can 4 or 5 of us reasonably stand in an arc around this door.
This is not like Jormungandr, like maybe a cow is overdoing it, but like a large pig. It's the width of a 20-foot tall statue's leg, like diameter or circumference.
Yeah,
circumference.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose we don't want to fight it in the doorway because then it's got the advantage. If we want to fight it, we want to push into the room so that we can bring all of our numbers to bear against it.
You had to say 1. It's a 25% chance it was here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also feel bad because somebody else said 4. I mean, I feel like we have a pretty good, like a constrictor's probably not venomous. I feel like we have a pretty good shot of pushing this thing into the room and killing it.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Caius pulls the axe and is gonna go in. And just says, if you want to live, let's go. And just runs in at it and tries to make it start bleeding.
Crikey.
It's got blood.
A brave man.
It bleeds, it dies.
And an 11 is probably not enough.
No. It recoils from your axe with startling agility.
Yep. Well, Hakon, it's your turn.
Hakon will draw his hand axe and charge in, screaming, Jormungandr! And let's see. Check my...
This is a very powerful foe, from your all assessment. This is not a ghoul.
No, miss.
Yeah.
Man,
I think it...
like...
Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, the die looks like a 17. I was confused when it said 9.
I think it sort of raises its head and its height, and it stops you from swinging for a second, and you strike back, and again, it like recoils, kind of like a cobra, like it's much more agile than you think, given its size. And you're in its house, so it's going to be a little angry.
My go?
Again, it can't get out, so that's pretty much it's in here.
I mean, we're going down the Discord order.
Yeah. Is it my go, Eric?
It is your turn, Ed.
Yeah, okay. Am I able to do my usual standard hurl my spear at this thing and back up down the corridor? Or is it everyone in melee? Am I going to hit someone if I do that?
No, you're good. We don't do you hit someone in melee.
Oh, we're not going to do that. Okay, so let me have a go at that, and then I think after that, Delgo will cast Magic Missile.
Sounds good.
Okay. So first of all,
snake.
I hurl my spear. I roll a 19.
It's true.
Oof, nice.
D6 for a spear, right? D6. 5 points to damage.
Very good.
The old man continues to impress.
It's nowhere near close to death. It fights with the tenacity of all 8 of you, or 7 of you. It's 8, including the zombie.
And then I think Delga's going to try and let off his magic missile. It says range far, though. Does that mean he has to be?
No.
That's
It's
okay.
like you can shoot within, far as the maximum distance.
So
no
it says I have
this isn't like LRMs and BattleTech. You're good. Magic
so it says I have
advantage.
It says I have advantage when I try to cast a spell. So +3 int. Sorry, I've not done playing as a wizard yet. So
right. As the first proper spell cast of the no, someone casted a spell before.
So it's a D20 advantage +3. I'm not quite sure what the DC is.
11. It's 10 plus the spell level.
Okay. 11. I got an 11.
Skin of your teeth.
And it's D4 damage.
Hell yeah.
Auto hitting D4 damage.
Yeah. 1 point of damage. Okay. Does it look at all injured yet?
No, I said it's still, even after that fight, it still basically fights with the might of the entire group here.
Okay.
To give you a gauge on its HP.
Oh,
I've only got one HP though, so it can't have many HP.
I know. Well, most of you don't have more than 1 HP, which is why it's kind of a cheaty way to say it. But
like 5 HP tops, right?
Yeah, yeah. Anything with
should
more
be
than
dead
6
already.
HP
What's going on?
Unfortunately, I think both I think the fighters and me also don't have more than 1 health.
I might be the only one that actually has double digits health.
All right.
I think
first
you probably are.
But
Double digits health.
I'm
No, it's my turn.
I'm
First.
very worried what this is going to do.
The snake gets to do something now.
Yeah, Snake's turn.
Oh no.
Sorry.
The concern in Eric's voice is making me.
Well, the first step is that I think I need a Delgar. I don't think Delgar needs a. I don't know. His attack hit. So if he failed the spell, I would say he needs a morale test. But I think until someone, when one of you dies, he's going to need a morale test. That's how confident I am right now in how bad this is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just determining who's I'm going to hit. There's 2 people in melee with it right now, right?
Yes.
It's Caius and is it
Hakon?
Hakon.
All right, Hakon. Cool. I'm going to do a 50-50. 1 or 2 or one of you want to be high and one of you want to be low? Do you want to determine?
Highborn rolls high.
All right. First attack is going after you.
Good.
Oh.
18 on the die. Oof.
Six damage.
Oh no.
Yep. That drops me to exactly 0.
Okay.
I have exactly 6 health.
Second bite, going after Hakon. 16.
That hits.
For 3.
I'm still standing.
Okay. And let's see here. It won't attack the undead because it doesn't want to do anything with the undead. No, I guess it's a fair target. So it's 7. There's 7 people it could lash with this. 7 valid targets. with the opportunity to constrict. So I'm just going to roll a d8, and it's going to go through the voice chat order because you all are within near range of it, because it can do the rest of its body. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Radium. Valdir.
Am I in range of that?
Yeah. It has 2 bites and an opportunity to try to constrict. So as it turns and coils around the 2 fighters, its tail goes for you and tries to constrict you. It will be a contest of strength to avoid being immobile for 1 round.
Do I have advantage on that for having strength as a fighter?
Absolutely
Not mighty
do.
deeds.
Hell yeah, brother. Not mighty deeds, but
Fantastic.
just your grit should give it to you.
Great, that's the one. How do I roll advantage in?
If you click on the D20, it'll say advin.
Well, good luck, buddy.
Ah.
Eric suddenly
Ooh.
remembered how to roll.
You could
Nope.
still. All right.
Yeah.
All right. You are immobile. You don't take damage. You're just immobile. The giant snake's turn is over.
Kill it. All
Okay.
right.
What are we gonna do here? Are we committing or are we gonna
Well, we got to get Caius, right? I'm just
run?
going to leave Caius.
Yeah. Because I could try and do that.
Kai's basically got head whipped by this thing across the room. Just slams
I
into an
could
opposite wall.
basically I could run in and grab him and try and pull him out of the room.
Oh, Caius, did you roll your D4?
Eric rolls it. I've got +1.
For rounds till he dies.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. I'm sorry. I didn't
Eric
do that.
does the secret roll.
Okay. What's
And
your
I've got
con mod?
+1 to that, Eric.
Okay, thank you. Yep. So you have at least 1 extra round. Because people can probably determine your con, right? So they know that you have minimum 2, maximum 5 rounds.
You could try and give it a good slap on the head to stun it or confuse it for a moment, give you time to get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be this might be calling for a mighty deed.
This is what it's for.
Of a very high order. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll try and gain us some ground. That's kind of my job, to get in the front, even though it's kind of terrifying. So I think I'll go in and I'll swing at it, but I'm thinking maybe if I do like a shield bash into its head to try and just stun it for a second, will be the go.
Let me ask you a question. When you're trying to stun it, I'll give you the option here. Are you going to try to give it a malice on its attacks? Right? So like, or do you want it to be easier to hit?
I think the fact that, I mean, we've only rolled poorly so far, so I don't really know how good its defense is. I'm thinking the threat at the moment is the damage that it's putting out. So I think I'm going to try and reduce its damage.
Right. So
does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Are you okay with? I'll just roll disadvantage for. No, I'll take this. I'll make it a step down. So instead of D6 dice, it'll do D4. While for stunned for a turn. Is that cool?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, cool. The alternative is you could give it a malice to hit, right? Instead of reduced damage.
I feel like that's better.
I think a malice is better personally, but
yeah, like you're stunning it, so it's
because
it's
people don't know health.
multiples, so it's harder to hit. It's harder for it to strike at you all. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, definitely that, because we've got a couple of like 1 HP Pretty squishy looking people.
I'm gonna say I think like a -2 to hit is probably fine. Like, does that sound pretty cool? For the Mighty Deed, you stun it, so like it's getting multiple vision, and so it has a -2 to hit. Off of its normal bonus for a turn.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Assuming.
So I roll.
So the Mighty Deed die starts as a D3.
Yeah, and I roll to hit first, or do I roll the D3?
It's
I guess
part
at
of
the same
the
time?
roll to hit. So the Mighty Deed only triggers if you get a 3 on the D3 and you hit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, we missed.
You did not miss.
Oh.
AC of 12.
Yes.
So
Oh,
it really
So-
was just that we rolled awful.
Yeah.
Because he's a big snake boy.
I'm so happy with that.
So your stun goes off, and you're adding 3 to your damage roll. So
Right. I've got the
a
hand
shining
axe.
smite of a shield bash, right? As you charge in there, gong.
First successful Mighty Deed of the campaign, I think.
That was sick. Roll damage.
Yes.
And you
Oh,
added
max damage.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Insta kill, surely.
It is not insta killed, but it will not survive another hit like that. For sure. Oh, how the turntables. Well done. That's sick. Give yourself a luck point. Like, you literally just single-handedly, like, possibly turned this battle. I think you deserve a luck point as this, like, also basically doing, no offense to Ed or everyone else playing, that was probably the most, like, heroic combat thing we've done this entire campaign so
Yeah,
far.
absolutely. That was cool.
Oh,
Cool as
yeah.
hell. And we just need
Sick.
to kill
We can
him.
do this. I changed my mind. I'm no longer absolutely crapping myself.
We got this one, bro.
Only by accepting your death is inevitable can you succeed. Awesome. I think Radium's turn.
Yeah, thank you. I will draw my longsword and attempt to slash at this tail that is constricting me to, inflict a wound and maybe get it to unfurl itself from my
Yeah.
leg.
For sure. Is that your implied Mighty Deed?
That is my implied Mighty Deed.
Hell yeah, brother. Send it.
And roll.
Oh my god. Okay, fighters.
Hell yeah.
Fighters know what's up.
That's what we needed.
Ooh.
And so it was.
So it will get off my leg and I am no longer constricted. And I
Exactly.
roll damage.
Yeah.
And you get to add
And don't
3
forget to
it.
add the
Oh, yeah.
3. Yeah, don't forget to add the 3 from the Mighty Deed. Yeah, dude, fighters-
That also adds
fighters-
to damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You are the king of combat. Eight damage. Oh, it's still up.
Oh,
come on. What?
You don't add your strength to damage.
Oh, I don't?
No.
Right,
no,
you're
shouldn't.
right. Apologies. One less then. Only 7 damage.
Okay. Just checking, was that the smite before that? Was that also, did you add strength? The 9 damage?
My one?
No,
No, that was
Okay.
just
straight
straight
up.
up. Because I rolled a
Yeah.
6 and I added the 3.
Yeah, what a god.
Did you add your +1 for being Whiskin?
Attilis isn't with
I'm not whisking.
Oh, my apologies, friend.
Yeah.
We humans all look the same.
I'm not Whisket. He keeps trying to
I've just been grumbling about it the whole time.
Why
you've
does
got
everyone
the
just
Attitude, all right?
Everyone just assumes that only somebody.
Look,
You
after
see it
this,
from the far north.
we'll
Alright,
go off, do a
um,
ceremony. I'll make you a blood brother. It'll be great.
You see a fighter not
Steve's-
wearing armor, you have to assume he's whisking.
Two things will happen is let's keep moving for Steve's turn, and the second problem here is lights go out at the end of Steve's turn.
Okay.
I'm being generous here.
yeah.
They're supposed to turn off at 8:30 and 8:40 respectively.
Okay.
So-
I'm gonna jump forward with my axe and try and kill it before the lights go out.
That will do it.
Don't roll garbage on me, damage dice.
Brother, just enough to kill it.
Whoa.
Oh, hoo-hoo.
That was easy, no problems.
Oh
Come on.
yeah.
We
Well,
rock.
Okay. So two things of two points of order. One, we still got to take care of Caius because he's down.
Yeah.
So someone's gonna need to help them.
I'm going to volunteer Delga because he has a 17 int, so he's probably the best at doing that.
So points
Damn,
of order,
Delgar's
right?
smart as hell.
Yeah. So Caius is still bleeding out. Needs to be either given a healing potion or a DC something intelligence.
15.
15. Thank
15.
you. So lights go out. Heal Caius. Yeah. What do we
I
do?
mean, Kalamanos is going to frantically try and get the lantern back lit.
Go ahead.
Do I have to roll for that?
No. Do you have extra oil?
No, but I do have a torch.
Yeah, then you can.
Didn't I give you some?
What are you doing? Why are you trying to say you can light a lantern? What are you with dream? With
Because I
a
was
prayer?
carrying a,
Like,
carrying a lantern.
You
I'll
can't-
light a torch then. I'll light my torch.
Lanterns are not fueled on hopes and dreams, unfortunately. Yeah, light a torch. That's fair. Your action could be lighting a torch, but that means you're not healing, right? But
Yeah, but that's
you
the
could give someone
Delga's-
else to light it. You know what I mean? Like there can be an economy.
But I want Delga to try and help Caius. That's all right.
Okay. Yeah, that will work.
So he's got +3 to his int roll. I think you need a DC 15 to stabilize someone.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Here we go.
Easy clap.
Oh my god. Cool. Caius, you're not out of the woods yet. You have a contest of a constitution test for an enduring wound.
Yes.
You got the first enduring wound of the campaign.
Hell yeah.
I don't have the player's guide open.
I've got a 12.
You're gonna roll a d20,
so yeah.
I believe, when you fail.
All right.
19. You're
19.
scarred. You're left with a brutal scar and a harrowing tale, but no lasting damage.
Nice.
Awesome.
Lucky.
It's just what you want.
Well,
Hell yeah.
I will top up the lantern and get that lit as well.
Yeah.
Time for some loot.
I mean, we don't want none unless you got loots on.
cool. So, who's looting?
As soon as I've got this lantern lit, I'll leave them to patching up Caius. And anyone else who's got
Yeah,
free
I'm-
hands.
I was busy getting a
Digging
torch
through this
started.
trash.
All right.
Hawken will tear his torn burlap shirt off, revealing the wounds across his chest, and just sort of wipe the blood and start searching through the
Caius is enjoying the moment of just being able to sit straight up with his back to a fucking wall as his
Okay.
head spins.
Well, whoever's keeping guard duty, you're gonna about to have you have your hands full, and you should be warning the party as a half dozen of these centipedes are crawling towards your location, coming from the hallway that you all came in from.
From the crossroads.
Yeah, they're turning the corner right now. Three on the wall and 3 on the ceiling. They're like writhing over this way. And
I'm probably keeping watch from the back. I'll shout out to the party.
have company. Nice.
Can we just push the doors shut?
They're curious about heard the smell of blood, a lot of carrion. They're here.
Can we grab the giant snake corpse and throw it out into the hallway?
Sure. Yeah, and give it to the centipedes.
That
Fancy.
I think that's a
save
great
them.
idea.
It might also reveal if a snake has eaten anything that's worth grabbing.
Yeah. And sorry, I am eluding or evading describing everything in this room. Scattered among the dead skin and stuff are let's see. Oh wow. Cool. I have to look something up. You get 2. Damn it, game. Let's two blue gemstones. Very small, little tiny carrots, like they would fit into a ring or something like that. You find a intact leather pouch from the snake. Feels hefty with coins. And the piece de resistance is a spear.
Ooh.
It shimmers. So stand by for a second. I have to go look this up. Probably should have done this when we were fighting, but I didn't. Actually, how about we take a 5-minute break? We've been playing for 2 hours. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
That was good.
Sure.
Yeah, cool. So
Yep.
give me a second to look this up, and we'll just do that real quick. Thanks, y'all.
It wasn't that bad a fight.
Yeah.
We only almost lost someone.
Now, I know how this is going to sound.
Was never close. I'm just born better.
Like I'll reiterate this for I think for Che and Steve when they're back as well. Like, I know how this is gonna sound, but please don't. I don't mean to imply when I say this for this particular context, but this game does have cursed items in it, and some of the cursed items are deliberately like they play with meta knowledge in a lot of ways. Like I can't even explain them to you, but just I could lie to you in some of these things, and it's a little weird. I might just audible out of those because they're kind of like hard for a curse to either A, it means it's overhead on my account, and this game is already like making my brain bust wide open, and so like there's a couple like extra bits of that, so like I don't necessarily want to be tracking kind of like some kind of sort of alternate thing.
Do you mean, for example, like a sword that we think is +1 but is actually -1, and you need to track the difference in our attack rolls?
Yeah,
that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, or or it does something to your HP, or like there's just like stuff that like I just don't want to do.
Unfortunately, this item is one of those anyway. So
look, I said apropos of outside of this context. I'm just saying in general there are things where it's true. Okay, so I found the spear. The spear is huge. It is impossible to wield by even like a strong, the strongest like Beowulf of Wiskin lore probably could not use this spear well. Etched near the top of its obsidian blade in Mithric is the saying, "The wind of the night."
the wind of the night.
Named spear.
Is that
When you say it
for-
can't be wielded, is that because it's
It is-
incredibly long or incredibly heavy?
It is incredibly long and heavy.
What's it made of?
It's like a lance.
Like wood or like solid
alloy?
iron?
An alloy of some sort of metals.
Is it a
unknown.
particular color or?
Yeah, it's black. It's all black. It's black on black.
When I hear wind, I think of like throwing weapons and archery and projectiles. Do we think maybe it's super heavy until you try and throw it, and then it goes like a ballista bolt?
Possibly.
Is that there's no one in we would have to go to Gosterwick to get it identified in some way by a wizard of some sort.
You can lift, like, to To be fair, you can lift the spear and use it to attack, but you would be attacking with a -5. Like, it's very unwieldy.
Do one of the witches in the party want to see if it's in Mithric, right?
Yeah.
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 The expression
Is-
on it is in
is-
Mithric.
Yeah, is any of that a command word?
That's what I was thinking.
Try holding it and say "Wind
Someone-
of the Night"
yeah.
in Mithric.
Cadamarnos.
I'll-
Well, I was going to say Cadamarnos doesn't mind giving it a go.
Sure.
Sure.
So you say it in Mithric?
Yeah, maybe everyone should stand back before I do it. Though.
Point it at the wall before you.
Say
Yeah,
like you mean
I
it.
pointed at the northern wall. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a rumbling in the earth around as the spear vibrates and begins to shrink.
Ooh.
It becomes
Hey.
a very handy spear, like very normal one again.
Oh.
How many
Perfectly
slot-
balanced to Calamanis's throws and thrusts. You know, it shrunk to like the perfect length for someone of your strength.
Okay.
Is it still in part a -5 to attack?
No. That was due to the size of the unwieldiness of it. But once it has shrunk
Yeah.
down to it, it's perfectly balanced. That's all I was trying to imply.
And is it going to take two
It's-
hands to do
No.
this?
No. It's like a spear in the game.
One slot.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I
I
will
mean-
say that it is definitely magical. It thrums and its blade is never needs sharpened. So I will say without identifying it, you can at least expect it to be a +1 weapon.
Well,
I'd say
I-
for heroic deeds, maybe Attilis
Yeah, I
gets
was gonna
first claim of this one.
I was going to say, Attilis, you kind of rescued our asses in that fight, so the spear is yours if you want it.
It'd still be
I'll,
cursed, but
I'm willing to risk it. I've got a good feeling about it. I think the trick was the commanding of it. I'm just wondering if you hand it to me, if it's going to like revert back to its giant form.
We'll
So you want-
phonetically teach
Yeah.
you the command word.
Yeah, I was going to say we'll
It
coach
does
we'll
revert.
coach Attilis through
As
it.
soon as you pass it out of Calamanis' hand, it reverts.
Yeah,
But do you
you're
teach
going to
it?
have to
got
teach
this-
me. I'm going to have to parrot your. I mean, I know Arcontian, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
that's
It's a
like the
derivative.
modern root of Mithric, I guess?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Romance languages to Latin. Or more
So I
like
got a
got this
chance,
covered.
I guess, to.
or more like coin to Phoenician, I guess. It's probably like actually what it's more historic. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, and the only other point I would say is that when you read the inscription, and forgive me for like describing your characters this way. It's a part of a GM thing I kind of like, is that when I described it, the literal translation is Wind of the Night, but what actually is the activator term is the more poetic form, Night Wind.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
So
I'd
that
say
is
it,
the
so let's
actual
see
command
what
word.
Does using the
Well, that
command
sounds
word again
shorter.
cause it to grow?
No. It's as soon as you use the command word, it stays in your the size. You can't revert it unless you give it to someone else. Even throwing it, it retains.
Cool.
So yeah, it's a
But we're
+1
able
spear,
to.
but it's unidentified.
Okay, so we are able to successfully coach Attilis.
Yeah. You don't have to do like a learning test to say a word, like to parrot a phrase, a single word.
Cool.
<clears throat>
Great.
He's got 15 intelligence as well. I'm sure that accelerates things a little bit.
Yeah.
He looks like a dumb thug, but he's got something ticking away behind his eyes.
Lovely. Well done.
All right. Well, I feel stronger. Again, I'll put the hand axe back in its loop and kind of test the heft of the spear. Yeah.
For the record, we're only playing for another 30 minutes or so tonight. Like we're ending at the top of the hour. Where do you all want to go from here?
Did we see how many coins are in this coin pouch? I don't think. No,
Yeah. There's 88.
Gold.
Silver. Sorry, I did not mention. Yeah. Modern silver. Clearly, this spider must have ate an adventurer. Perhaps. Yeah. The centipedes are chowing down on the snake corpse for sure. But they're you hear movement coming from the north. Perhaps also kind of curious about who has this buffet and why weren't they invited?
Does it seem to be
Wondering
coming from?
about-
Does it seem to be coming from the northeast passage or the northwest passage?
The northeast, the main corridor.
Okay.
I think we should maybe explore slightly further to the south so that we don't end up cut off by a whole bunch of creatures or coming to eat a giant snake.
Yeah, we may want to go over towards the altar.
Yeah, see if that actually does connect up at that T junction. And there's also this door, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I like that. But what about Caius? Is Caius functional or is he
I
out?
believe I am able to stand at this point.
Yeah, you have 1 HP.
All right. Yeah, I agree. I think going opposite direction of the beasties is good idea. It's a good diversion, really.
That was everything we found in the giant snake room. Eric, there was nothing else.
Correct.
I mean, I could
the pair of blue barrels, gemstones, ostensibly sapphires, a pouch with those coins, and this magical spear.
And is there anything on the walls? Anything on the walls in this room? Or,
Yeah, the walls of this room were kind of similar to the jar room. Like this was like a storeroom as well. Some sort of like large like pantry larder type situation.
I mean, I can spend a turn. I cast a spell to see if I can find any secret doors in this room, but maybe we don't want to tarry here. I don't know. Maybe we want to just get moving.
Yeah, there's like the lower level wooden shelves are like kind of busted from the snake kind of moving around, but there's upper level shelves and things are still around, but there's nothing really of merit or value. There's not even like any jars up there.
Okay, well, I mean, I won't waste time in here then.
Yeah.
If we want to head west.
Sounds good.
All
Do you
right.
want to crack this door en route, or
I think so, yeah.
All right. I shall check it for traps.
Nice. Also untrapped and unlocked.
I'll be the opener.
Nice. Not a load-bearing door. This one actually swings open. All right. So let me give you the description of this room because it's kind of a large room. For starters, from the left, from the door, it extends to that T intersection. Probably not surprising anybody. Right. So from the corner. So this will be the western wall going north, right? Extends 20 feet. And then it proceeds at like a 45-degree angle for 20 feet. So 5, 10, another 5 feet, creating a diagonal angle.
Okay.
And then...
something like that?
Yeah, something like that, exactly. It then carries over about 20 feet. and then the rest of it's a square back to the wall. Down. I guess it's probably 15 feet, not 20. Sorry. The slant got me all messed up about the, yeah, exactly. All right. Contents of this room are vast. So for starters, there is a 10-foot stone altar in the back right corner, sort of in that square after the diagonal. Yeah, where, like in that area right here. Yep. But the walls and floors of this place are covered in art. Very old mosaics. There are as well several sconces for torches. And the mosaic on the floor is, grime and old bug prints and residues and footprints and the like. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total mosaics. How do you want me to cast exposition on you?
In order of least to most interesting.
Yeah. Good
I
answer.
hate you. Okay, fine. So we're gonna go down the order as presented in the text. All right. So directly across from you on the mosaic on the northern wall, there are men wearing robes. Very, I would say, Kalamanos. These are the same robed individuals that you saw at the top of the Temple of Thoth in those depictions. They are bringing offerings of treasure and bounty. Coins and scrolls to an ibis-headed figure. The ibis-headed figure...
Thoth's back.
Yeah. Their ibis-headed figure's left arm is pointing out towards the distance behind them. Parallel to the floor.
So bringing offerings of treasure to...
Yeah.
Well, I surmise this
is actually the exact same... you're getting big Thoth mural vibes. Guy who's only seen 4 Thoth murals in your life. I'm getting big Thoth mural energy from this mural, right? It actually is it reminds you a lot of the one in the Temple of Thoth.
Okay.
So the mosaic. So that's the north one. The mosaic on the eastern wall. It has a white baboon, basically smiting with its fists a crocodile.
Okay. So the baboon is typically Thoth in his recorder aspect, right?
Correct.
Baboons are the natural predators of crocodiles.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do any of us know if this is religious? As a scholar, my background as a scholar, do I have any idea what a crocodile might represent within this sort of religious symbology?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's very, especially from the capital and knowing that and going through the schools. The god most thoroughly associated with crocodiles is Set.
Okay.
And as we all know, Set, a real bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. Whose religion has been outlawed, has been proscribed by the emperor many, many thousands of years ago. The mosaic on the western wall also has a white baboon. But this white baboon is not using its fists beating the crap out of somebody. It is using a club, and it's how can I describe? It's beating the crap out of salamanders, but they're on 2 legs.
Okay, so bipedal salamanders.
Mm-hmm.
Again, do I make any association between a salamander and a particular god?
That one's throwing you for a loop. That's a real brain burner.
Okay. And the club the baboon is wielding, has he got any inscriptions on it? Has he got any indicate? Is it just like a wooden club?
Yeah, it's like a rod.
It's a rod.
Yeah.
Like it looks like maybe a metal rod or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's yeah. And he's chasing down, smiting these salamander people who are running away from him. And then lastly, second to last, because there's a floor one. So this was on the southern wall, closest to you. The mosaic is a depiction of doors. In fact, a set of black doors. In front of the black doors are very like diminutive-sized orange-robed priests. So similarly dressed from the scene in the mosaic in the north wall, only they're wearing orange robes. And one priest, let's say if there's three, this is the one on the left. The priest on the left is touching the door with their hand, and a lightning is incinerating them. The other two priests are like standing away from him. The one getting smote. You have no idea what that door is.
But so
That's
if we
not
see any
something
massive,
you learned in the that's not something you learned in the Jedi Academy.
if we see any massive black doors, don't just touch them.
Yeah.
Unless this is a regular sized door and these are tiny people.
Yeah, that's true. This could be halflings.
So
wearing
seems like this is an entire room dedicated to depictions of Thoth's wrath.
Yeah. All right.
Possibly against.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just saying, it looks the salamanders might have something to do with Wadjet.
Yeah. The mosaic on the floor. I assume by this time you've been able to shuffle and move things around to get a depiction. It is a large ibis-headed being standing over corpses prepared for burial.
Are these human corpses?
Correct. Other humans around the corpses with a single feather in their hair, pile up treasures and grave goods, helping out the ibis-headed figure.
So we saw a feather before, didn't we? We saw the column on the top of the pyramid.
Yeah, the baboon was like casting a feather.
A feather
but this
down.
one has feather, but this is different than that. This one has basically servants or priests of the ibis-headed figure having feathers in their hair, like a single feather in their hair apiece.
But at the same time, feathers are also a symbol of Osiris, who's one of the old gods of death.
Yeah. So clearly they're tending to the dead, right? Like they're helping the repose of the dead in the floor mural. God, why can I not talk?
And
okay.
The altar. Is there any imagery on the altar, or anything on the altar at all? Really?
Yeah, it depicts let's say, yeah, it's got an ibis on it. You want to take a look at it?
I would love to if the party are prepared to indulge me.
Sure.
Kais is just looking around to see if there's anything else in the room that's like actually interactable rather than just the murals.
Yeah, you're going around spamming X on your controller.
Pretty much.
Yeah. No, just a bunch of art.
Okay.
All right. So I imagine everyone not interested in the lore and the altar is just doing like in every third-person video game of just tumbling around, waiting for someone else to move. Yeah. So you all, so investigating the altar, seems completely nondescript, other than the depictions of the ibis on it, entirely stone. Nothing particularly special about it. No, you're not skilled in looking for, any hidden things or anything like that necessarily.
I'm wondering if Harkon can maybe take a look at this altar and see if there's any
Yeah,
hidden
I will.
compartments.
I will investigate.
I love that. Like maybe like 5 minutes goes by of Calamanos like studying like eruditely the
Yes.
altar. Like, yes, if I, this is very interesting. And then you like Hagen immediately puts his hand sliding it under the altar. Like, yep, there it is, and yep, that's a trap. Like, look, there it is. You find the secret panel beneath the altar very quickly as a thief. It's kind of like your skill. It's like I like to give thieves this power of like you're very likely to detect the hidden stuff. Like that's one of the great powers of the thief, right? And yep, the problem though is that it's definitely trapped. There's sort of a hidden socket. Now, I will point out to you that there seems to be an inlay in the altar. Like looking at the color of the top of the altar, there seems to be like a slightly de-stained circle positioned kind of like off center of the altar. About the size of it's a circle, so it would be like a circumference of, I don't know, like a glass, a hand-sized circle.
So like a coffee stain.
Yeah. Why didn't I just say coffee stain? What am I? Yeah, exactly. That's like, thank you.
Do they have coffee here?
No, but like it's worn from in that kind of shape of a.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, could be like a wine stain, mayhaps.
So stained as in something has been poured on it, or it's like a mark where it's been rubbed, so it's like polished compared with the rest of it.
Yeah, or repeated use.
Something's been like sat there over and over again.
Yeah.
Do we know any religious ceremonies that may be pertinent here?
Last time we came down here, we found a silver chalice on a different altar, but we took that silver chalice and we sold it.
Do you think we can Indiana Jones a solution with a sack of sand?
It's worth a go.
I'm not the thief here. I don't know how this works.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's up to hardcore.
Sorry, my internet just slowed down for a second there. I didn't catch the last maybe 30 seconds.
We may need you to run from a giant boulder, potentially. We're not sure yet.
Okay, great.
We're trying to. We're thinking about whether or not
I'm
we
glad
can
I
possibly
asked.
try and. We're trying to see if we can possibly jury rig a solution because we think that the worn-in area was where a silver chalice is supposed to go.
And I, well, not just me, Maximus as well. We sold the silver chalice last session. It's probably unrelated. I'm sure it's unrelated.
I see. You said the room next door with the snake. You said it was a pantry. Could there have been anything like that?
Yeah, one of the jars. Yeah, the jars, like the cracked jars and stuff, could they're about the same. I'm trying to recall. They're about the same size.
All right, yeah. Håkon will grab one of those clay jars and try to place it where the silver chalice seems to.
Just 1 second.
Go.
I need to make a new reaction roll because you need to go bypass about 6 hungrily eating centipedes to get down there.
But do I have to go like past them?
Oh yeah, they're like swarming this thing to eat, and you kind of butting yourself through there is going to be like might be a little bit of an issue. But no, they're friendly. They're vibing.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to before I place it down, I'm going to do another once over and see if there's anything to indicate what would trigger the trap. Like if it seems that placing something on this altar is going to be what triggers it, or
Right.
if
no, it's the opposite. So you identified a panel, right? And the panel will release if the right pressure is put. There's some sort of like pressure release to the panel, and you definitely know that it's trapped. There's some sort of like poison like a needle trap or something like that, based on like feeling your finger, like, oh, that's a hole. Yep, that's where it would come. That's what will get me. You know.
All right. Yeah. So I will place the clay jar on the coffee stain.
Okay.
Is there any
It
is there any
doesn't.
potential?
Oh,
Sorry, I was just going to say, is there any potential for us to also get like a wooden block and put it over that hole and trigger the trap to get ourselves a poison needle that we can chink something with?
we try. Certainly. Right. The
Yeah.
jerry rig solution. If you want to go use the jerry rig jar solution and basically keep the trap not activated while whatever the secret compartment opens, that will require a test, because you're kind of faking it here, but you're using your skills of, like, the proper weight distributions to get this thing to open, right?
Yeah. I think
But,
your idea might actually be good.
yeah, radium.
Is there? Could we find a piece of detritus to put in the hole to?
Yeah, you can literally use the jar. the needles goes into the jar. So yeah, you'll just trigger the trap, and it will just go in the jar.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just say it'll take a turn. Okay. Yeah. So it takes a turn. Inside the jar is a little trap. Sorry, is a poison needle. It's opaque, so you don't know what kind of poison it is. But the second part of that is the panel comes down, and it's pretty hefty. There are, wow, yeah, okay. There are a bunch of red barrels. Again, beryl is a type of gem. Typically a ruby. There are 20 of these gems. And there is a magic item. Pause as I look up what that is.
And here was me thinking we wouldn't get any magic items tonight.
Yeah.
My apologies, gentlemen, but I have to go ahead and go.
Okay, it's all good. There's a ring. But all right, take it easy, buddy. We'll catch you up with what's going on.
I'll go ahead and
Then.
throw that silver pendant. I'll go ahead and throw that into the communal loot pile. However much you said that would cost.
Yeah.
All right. That was a ton of fun. Enjoyed it, you guys.
Yep. Hey, take care, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Good game.
Okay. Okay. So this is a confusing item. So I'm trying to figure out how to even explain how this ring works. It is a ritual token. Often I would say consider it something like a fancy marriage band. It will require some downtime to figure out.
Cool. Does it take a slot to carry, or is it like?
No, it's a ring, so you can just plop it down. Nice.
All right.
I just had one question about the murals. The fact that my Attilis has a cult background, and it gives him insight into sort of more fell elements of religious nature. I'm just wondering if he might know what the two-legged salamanders are.
Ah, yes. Well, you know what they're not. They're definitely not related to any religion.
Okay.
Not even like any what's his name? You said it, Varen. Wabu?
Wajet?
Wajet, yeah. Or not even like, as far as you know, like not even like a demon prince or anything like that. You know? Like there's nothing comes to mind.
Wonder if that one's literal.
So they could just be totally natural, yeah, like a
Yeah.
natural depiction
Exactly.
of something.
Yeah.
There could actually be some
So you have
two-legged
a-
lizard fuckers.
Yeah, everyone's afraid of some sort of other symbolic religious entity, and you're afraid because this might be a weird natural entity. Yeah. Which is terrifying in its own way, being like, they've never heard of these things before, and why does a god need to smite them? This is scary. You know what I mean?
Is
So-
there any known history of Thoth existing walking amongst mortals where he would have been able to beat up actual salamander people, or does he just hang out in his own little afterlife?
I think he hangs out in the afterlife. I don't think there's corporeal forms. If they do appear corporeally, it's through their aspects. But never like actually the, like a Zordon looking image of an ibis head and like have a body going Power Rangers, like that kind of maybe, but nothing super physical.
It's all just a giant red herring. The baboon this time isn't even Thoth. It's just an allegory for the fact that the baboons here, in fact, will box everything.
There's a baboon with a paintbrush and an easel.
The baboons are just like, yeah, we could beat up some weird lizards from the deep. I bet we could take them.
Hey man, yeah. There's a little watermark on it that says Art Station.
Yeah.
So right, but you're not alone down here. After that roll and taking your time opening this thing up, I just needed to finish writing the random encounter distance and the like. Okay, so it's coming from the western corridor. It is more chittering and creepy crawlings.
Okay. I'm concerned this is the spiders that we did not deal with last time.
It is 100% the spiders you did not deal with last time.
All right.
Looking to come back down, see what's going on. There's a meal. They heard there was food. Heard it was a party. So let me just roll a reaction roll real quick.
As I say,
Yeah,
how do
okay.
them and the centipedes feel about each other?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
on site. Unfortunately, you're
Guys,
in the
it's just-
middle, and you're also on site. Okay.
Well, can't we stay lurking in the mosaic room and try and keep the door closed?
Yes. Exactly.
We just have to win initiative.
Yep. So one of you dips out to look outside and sees, spiders coming. 6 of them. Poisonous spiders the size of a small Rottweiler or like a poodle. So you're closing the door.
Just that we're not dealing with that mess.
Yeah, let's just make sure there's initiative that they don't move too fast
we don't-
before I go, or
Yeah, that's.
there's a question of
Sorry if I jumped the gun on that.
No, you're grand. Someone's got to be the 15. Otherwise, they're coming in before you can close the door. Oh,
Ooh,
thank
I
God,
got it.
Aaron B. Steve.
Oh,
Steve.
That's even better.
The clutch initiative.
Player 10. Yeah, okay. Player 10's Battlegrounds. I don't know who player 10 is, but thank you. You're also a hero.
I think it's Attila's.
Oh, nice, Attilas. All right. Memento.
Wait, I got the 20? Oh, damn.
Cool.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm-
literally half dozen spiders are coming down to on-site these caterpillars. The strategic suggestion was to just close this door and just let things bygones be bygones.
Wait for the chittering
Just-
to finish.
Boom.
What would you like to do?
Yeah.
You have the helm.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the salamander depiction, and that more than anything else creeped me out. And then immediately hearing that there's spiders, something just tweaked, and I just sprang for the door, and I just slammed it shut. I'm thinking about the monkey statues, and the door strategy worked well there, so I think we just do it here as well.
Nice. Cool. Shut. Is everyone else kind of just gonna bide their time, making sure the door doesn't open?
We'll just listen till the sounds of fighting
Yeah.
cease.
Yeah, I'm crouched behind a shield with a javelin ready, pointed at the door.
Fighting goes. There is a clash of bugs over the stomping grounds here. It's over very quickly. So probably not a lot of losses on either side.
Should we try and sneak out and sneak? So I'm just conscious we're getting near to the point where we need to go to the inn.
If you peek open the
So-
door, if someone was willing to peek open the door, I'll tell you the resolution. But I mean, you're behind a door, so
I mean, I'm
I'm
holding
feeling-
it. I guess I could try and have a look out.
yeah. It seems like the resolution was the centipedes maintain the middle, and the spiders have occupied the double door larder pantry where the giant snake used to live.
Okay, I think maybe we try and sneak out through the altar room.
Yeah, hopefully, if that does actually connect up there, yeah, I think that's the way to go. I mean, we get peek north and see where that corridor goes, just from the intersection. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's try and get out of here. I think.
Sure. The northern path follows that 45 slant towards the north. There is some cobwebs at the edge. Yeah, you don't know how far it goes other than what you saw there.
Oh,
But you
it
definitely
just-
see there
yeah,
are cobwebs that direction.
Mhm. So I guess they're probably not cobwebs. They're probably just actual webs.
Yeah. True.
Actively inhabited web.
The T junction does connect to a large rectangular room, ostensibly the altar room. It extends down 15 feet towards the altar room. Then the altar room continues another 20 feet. So from the T junction, you're looking at 5, 15, 25, like 35 feet down.
I guess this is a little bit big, isn't it? This altar
Yeah.
room.
Yeah, that room's not to scale, but yeah, it does.
So
A quick peek in there reveals the altar, and where the old chalice was.
then we probably need to get moving because the torches are out in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's hustle.
Yeah, you all turn to pumpkins in 6 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Should we just hustle through the altar
Yeah.
room and out back up to the
Yes.
surface?
Yes.
I think we just run. We leave.
Right. Nothing harasses
Yep.
you as you make it to the surface. On the surface, back to the inn as you're going on the actual surface towards the inn of the Broken Head. Also, nothing harasses you. Assuming
Cool.
you're taking the path you took in.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Successful exfiltration.
Hooray!
Okay. Let's
Nice
do.
one. Okay.
Yeah. So experience. Oh, what happened with the undead servant? Are we still bringing him?
Oh, well.
yeah,
he's still-
definitely. I've got him on a leash.
Yeah.
But what, you're gonna bring him back to the inn?
I'll tie him up outside with the horses.
The horses will not go near them at all. They're putting him outside.
I'll get a bucket of water and throw it over him. It might do something for the smell.
It's not the smell. It's the undeaf and curseness that the horses are not vibing with.
Horses can catch vibe.
Yeah, and
As
unfortunately,
it's-
these are the merchants' horses that you're selling things to, and they take precedence over you.
Has it shown any propensity to want to actually eat anything? This zombie creature, or has it
No.
been fairly placid the whole time?
And it's entirely placid.
Okay.
Maybe we just make like a zombie stable, far away from the horses.
Is there just like a ruined
So he's a little bit
building
sheltered.
that's like?
Just stash him.
Are we able to find like a ruined building that's like right next to the inn, like just inside the city?
No, the inn has definitely been cleared out for defensive purposes. There's no like close by ruin. The closest ruins would be towards the towers and the stuff.
Well, he's a
Okay.
zombie, so
Yeah.
he doesn't need to eat or breathe. So we could just buy a shovel and dig a hole, and whenever we want him, dig him back up.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what you do with dead bodies, right?
yeah, they would.
That makes sense.
That's true. Just leave him in a hole. Yeah, a shallow grave, and tell him to wait. Yeah, that'll work.
When we're
So this
richer,
is a
we'll even
free,
get a tombstone.
Yeah. So there's a perpetual free zombie hireling, and he'll
That's
follow
very
whoever
cool.
has the leash.
His
It
name is
helps that they
Caltrop.
speak
We love him.
Mithric.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about treasure.
Mhm.
So what's the, or let's do experience first. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you're getting experience for the monkeys, because we rolled experience. We rolled initiative, and you avoided the encounter, right?
You didn't die.
Yeah, you didn't die. So that's going to be, let's see, we have, the zombie doesn't get experience. Or I guess it does, but it just doesn't level up. It just sinks experience into it. So
Does
I'm
it
gonna divide.
actually? Oh man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Wait,
divide.
it's taking another share. No.
No,
What?
it doesn't take a share either.
Oh,
But
okay.
but it does. It doesn't take a treasure share, but that'd be hilarious. No, but instead, it definitely is an XP sink. I think that's the downside.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 13 experience for everybody.
Oh.
Okay. Does he count as XP as treasure found for this expedition?
He has no value. He's considered a magic item, so he has
Wow.
Slander.
no value. Yeah, it's an object. He doesn't have a soul. The snake gives everybody 38 experience. Now let's talk about the treasure that everybody has. Rattle off the treasure that you're selling rather than keeping.
Silver pendant.
I took the liberty of saying that I just grabbed the rubies, just because I had the space and we wanted to skedaddle.
Yeah, very, very fair.
So we got the two blue gemstones that would fit in a ring,
Yeah.
right?
Are you selling the Caltrop dog pendant for the collar?
I think we should hold on to that, right? If a zombie obeys it,
It's not. He doesn't obey it.
Oh, not
It
obey
doesn't
it.
obey the. It's
I thought
just
it was
whoever
worth.
has the leash.
Yeah.
How much are they?
You
willing
convinced
to
it
pay
to
for
follow whoever has the leash, right? During the adventure is how I'm gonna rule it. Sorry, I spoke over you, Steve. What'd you say?
How much is the Caltrop pendant worth?
25 silver.
This might be kind of like the silver goblet, where it might be useful later on.
I would hold on to it. I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth selling it for 25 silver pieces, and it might.
Yeah,
it
that
might
doesn't
prove
seem
useful.
like
You're
enough
having a lot
money.
of remorse after that, Charles. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Hawken can hold on to it. We'll leave it with
Right.
Hawken.
Those two blue barrels are worth 25 gold a pop. So 50 gold total. 10% to assessment fee. So 45 divided by 6.5. 6 is that right? Shares.
7. No.
Seven.
7 shares.
Taking a
7
full
shares,
share.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's total it up before we start dividing.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be easier that way.
There's that 88 silver pieces from that bag. Those 20 rubies are each worth 50 gold a pop. So that's a very sizable haul.
Ooh.
It's the first 1,000.
That's 1,000.
Yeah. 10% for
Nice.
assessment though, so it's gonna be 900.
Fees, that's how they get you.
Nightwind, of course, is a
10%
magic
is very
item. No
reasonable,
experience. The platinum bar,
500, you said?
correct. Does not need to be assessed. It's worth it on the din.
Yeah.
Any other treasure?
The fancy marriage band ring
Yeah,
we found.
I've got a magic ring I've listed here, it looks like,
Yes.
which we need
magical
to
treasure is its own treasure.
identify.
Correct.
Oh yeah, sure.
You can spend
And we have no idea.
Who's got that? Are we assuming Hawken took that?
Hawken had to leave as we were looting it, so I just put it on my sheet.
Yeah. Cool. We'll figure it out.
Caius has got it. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I will break my normal rule of no transferring gear and stuff between players, unless you're in a game, because he had to leave early, right? So you can switch around at that point, right?
Yeah.
Or out of game.
So yeah, does it cost money to get something identified?
Yes. Costs 100.
Okay.
And we'd have to do it in Gosterwick, right?
Yeah, you would have to go to Gosterwick to do that. Yeah, so there's a magical marriage band ring and a magical spear.
Okay.
So let me calculate everything together and then give everyone a share.
And Attilis, I am taking back my crowbar and shield.
Yep.
Divides by 7, right? Because the zombie
Yes.
doesn't share. Cool. So that is 206 gold apiece. And I'm about to do silver. So 206 gold per person. And that's let's just say 19 silver for everyone.
And then it was 42 experience a person for fighting,
Monsters, yeah.
plus 206 experience a person for treasure.
Yeah.
So that's 248 experience total.
About half of that for Delga, we say.
And half for Dill.
Yeah.
I'm just adding hack on, so he knows for his sheet.
What's half for Delgar? Half what? Experience?
Half. He only gets half as much XP.
Yeah.
And then
XP, that's just lost.
Classic. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then real quick, the last thing is Attilis. Because you've got the magic spear, do you mind actually swapping the chainmail? I've got armor that's leather. Do you actually mind swapping the chainmail armor for my leather armor?
I mean, I've got leather armor just as is. That was sort of
Oh,
what
you
I
already
started
had
with.
armor?
But yeah, if you want to take
I
the
see.
yeah, I just
Okay.
wanted to upgrade it. I'm happy to hand that over.
Nice, thank you. Because that actually brings my AC to 18 then, and I can continue to run up and take hits like a psychopath.
Right. If you all want to buy items now that you have money, use the OSE SRD pricing rules for gear. Starting characters use Shadowdark Cash because it's just easier. But now, since we're using gold for XP from OSE and stuff like that, use OSE's item list and prices. I'll throw it into the player's guide as well later. But just in case you want to get ahead of the curve. But other than that, this was a killer session. Shout out to Memento Mori for sure for that fucking all hope is lost. Then kablooey.
I thought we were done for. I thought we were
and then
finished.
followed up. But then also also shout out to Radium following up, also hitting the clutch mighty deed. Killer, literally.
And then
Oh,
a
yeah,
sneaky
no, we were-
halfling coming
That was
in
like
and
team fighter that
Yeah.
getting
way.
the kill.
Yes. Oh man. Steve delivering the coup de grace.
Oh
That's
yeah,
fun.
that was awesome.
Yeah, thanks y'all. Cool. All right.
That was actually my first Shadowdark game as a player, and to roll that well is just super awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
First mighty deed of the campaign as well. I think it was the first time someone's
Yeah.
hit it.
Hey, it's great for you all to come out and play for the first time. So thanks everyone.
I'm just surprised that I managed to get dropped that fucking hard and did not get permanently punished for it.
Yeah. I'm 4 sessions deep and have not killed a player character yet. Not for
Try
one
harder.
session.
Yeah.
Because
We've
we're
had
born better.
Yeah, we've had 2 characters go down in combat, right? But they've both been saved.
Well, it'll happen eventually. But okay. Well, I think we'll wrap up then for the night. So thanks everybody.
Cool. Thanks, Eric. Thanks a lot, guys. It was lots of fun.
Oh yeah.
Bye.
Good job,
Yeah.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.